Okay, here we go.
Pokemon. Pokemon.
Okay, here we go.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
I choose you.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon, Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon,
I choose you.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
You got it.
Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
You got it.
Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon,
I choose you. I choose you.
You got it.
I choose you.
gotta catch 'em all.
I choose you. I choose you.
You got it.
I choose you.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Pokemon. There's Pokemon. Pokemon. Use race. Pokemon. There's Pokemon. Pokemon. Use race. Pokemon. Let's Pokemon. Pokemon. Let's Pokemon. Pokemon. Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
You got it.
Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon,
I choose you.
Okay, we found Pokemon. Pokemon.
You got it. I choose you.
Okay, we found Pokemon. Pokemon.
You got it. I choose you. I choose you. You got it. I choose you.
gotta catch 'em all.
I choose you. I choose you. You got it. I choose you.
Gotta catch 'em
Let's
all.
go.
Pokemon. There's Pokemon. Pokemon. Use race. Pokemon. There's Pokemon. Pokemon. Use race. Pokemon. Let's Pokemon. Pokemon. Let's Pokemon. Pokemon. Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
You got it.
Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Hello everyone and welcome to another DaraChat. Now hold on, I gotta do this. There we go. Now he's looking like he's part of the moon or something there. But hello everyone, how are you?
Hey everybody, it is I, DingusTheStrix,
Hey, it's
and I'm a special guest here with Daramouthe.
oh yes, so exactly, and thank you. And yes, of course, my name is Dara or Daramouthe for short because some people say Daramouthe for some odd reason, and the English language just doesn't work that way. So
I
it's
mean, it's the E that confuses people.
well,
Because mouth usually doesn't have the E, but it's just like, how would you even pronounce it with the E, to be fair?
it's a silent E is how that goes. Remember,
It's
there
always
is
the
a silent
goddamn silent letters, goddammit.
Narnia with the G? No, that's not how this works. But anyway, welcome to another Dare Chat. Of course, like the Owl Man said himself, the Owl Wizard of our times has spoken from
Yes.
the moon. This is Dingus the Strix, which I gotta find. Did you take like Dingus from like Dingus Day, or is that completely different?
Okay, so the reason why I call myself Dingus is, like, the origin of this name is not too exciting. It's mostly just because it's a funny word that me and my friends during high school have to say a lot.
Yeah.
We would just call everything Dingus, Dingus this, Dingus that. And fun fact, we used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering
Oh.
in high school, and there's actually an official Magic the Gathering card called Staff of Dingus. That's a real
Ah.
card, by the way.
Ooh, interesting. I know that the for the Magic the Gathering there was something with like the Lord of the Rings a while back. Like someone pulled like the One Ring from from Lord of the Me. But I can't remember when that was. I know it was like worth a lot of money though.
The
For
Lord
it.
of the Rings thing, I think that was pretty recent.
Okay.
Not like not like I don't want to say like last year. I think it was like a couple of years ago, like maybe 2 or 3. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I haven't played Magic the Gathering in a long time.
well,
I want to
I-
say when I started college is when I probably stopped,
yeah.
which was when I started college was probably like 12 years ago.
And would you say you learned a lot from college?
Uh, I have learned a lot, not from the classes though.
Life teaches you on the streets, you gotta learn hard. Um, hey Bart Fellow, how you doing? But yeah, I just remember that because I see that it's a video. It's like someone brings up this video once in a while of like the one ring card, and it's supposed to be worth a lot of money. But I'm like, okay, I guess because they've I don't play Magic the Gathering. I've never played any card games. I did try. I will say this. I did try to do the Pokemon one, but even that was like, okay, what do I do with the jewels here now? What is this?
I have never played the Pokemon card game. I tried to learn the rules and I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't
No.
understand. Like
Mm-mm.
I get Yu-Gi-Oh, I get Magic the Gathering, I don't get the Pokemon one.
No. I'm good with just playing War with a full deck. That's it. I'm not gonna try to learn those ones. Artful Brittany says now there are Final Fantasy cards. I think that's the newest set. Ooh, oh my.
Oh wow, they're collabing with everybody, I guess.
Oh goodness. Well, I mean, the only Final Fantasy I know of, I know there's more, but the only Final Fantasy I know of is the Final Fantasy 7 and the Crystal Chronicles, which was sort of a split off from the main series of Final Fantasy 7 or Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 7 is like the all-time most popular one
Yeah,
because it's one of those games that just came out at the right time
yeah.
and it was like kind of revolutionary for its time too. So
Mm.
everyone loves it, and the story is also pretty good too, and has lovable characters. So it has all the things going for it. It's not my personal favorite Final Fantasy, but
Right.
I can understand why people love it.
A Sledge says, "Greeting to my pal Dingus." Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, Sledge, how you doing? He's the
Sledge
goat.
Sledge the outcast, but he's also a hammer. But no,
He's a
yeah,
goat hammer.
a goat, the goats of no, it's the goats of hammers or something like that. I don't know.
The goats of hammers.
The goats of hammers. There you go. Who is that? Hey, Alaskaman Jeff, how are you? It's a hoot of a good time. Uh,
Yep. We
as
hooting and
as
hollering in here.
that's right. Where was I at? But yeah, no, because then there's I think there was like Final Fantasy 16 that came out not too long ago, and I know that was a big pickup for many people, but for me, I just know about a little bit about 7, but my entry
I
into oh, go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm not touching 16 with a 10 with a fucking 10 football. Because I'm just done with Final Fantasy. I mean, okay, when I say that, I mean I'm done with like newer Final Fantasies, with the
Mm.
exception of 14, because 14, I don't know, it's a little bit different.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm not really a fan of the newer types of gameplay. I mean, yes, I know Final Fantasy has always quote unquote reinvented the wheel because
yeah.
not every single game mechanic is always the same in each entry.
Mm,
But like post 10,
mhm.
the gameplay has deviated extremely, and it's almost unrecognizable to me at least.
Huh.
So I'm not a fan of that anymore.
Yeah, that's understandable. But I mean, for my end of things, my entry into the Final Fantasy, even though it's kind of I haven't really gone any more depth other than the remake, 7 remake, was the Crystal Chronicles, and that was sort of the GameCube version, or that was the GameCube Crystal Chronicles, and then there was the Crystal Bears in the Wii. And those are the only two I know of that are part of that whole Crystal Chronicles era. Now, I do know there were games you could buy on the Wii, like My Kingdom, or what was the other one? It was sort of like a tower defense one. It was sort of like the bad guy side, but yeah, that was my entry into the Final Fantasy, and I really haven't gone any further. I know there's like a total of 16, and one goes back like the early 80s or something like that, but I just haven't. It just did
Yeah,
not
it was
very.
early 80s. I was like, I think I want to say like 83 or 84 is when like the first Final Fantasy 1 came out.
That makes sense, and
Or
they've remade a few of them, haven't they? I know Beyond 7, of course.
oh yeah, Final Fantasies 1, 2, 3. Actually, pretty much almost all of them has had a remake, with the exception of 8, 9, and 10. Technically,
Hmm.
I mean 8, 9, and 10. Well, 10 has a remaster.
Oh, okay.
So does 8.
Mhm.
9, I think, is getting a remaster or a potential remake. There's rumors that 9 might be getting a remake
Oh,
because
nice.
after 7, 9 is also an incredibly popular one.
Oh, I didn't know
I
that.
love 9. 9 is like my second favorite. Though if I replay it, it might be my favorite because between 6 and 7, or sorry, 6 and 9, those
Mm.
two are like contenders for number 1 for me.
Between
Yes, I know. It just happened to work out that way. It just happens to work out that way.
Between 6 and 9. Alright, Grovy Sparky says, "I'm not a Final Fantasy fan, but I just finds curious how that IP evolves from RPGs to arena fighters with time limit and spells XP." I know there's different types of fighting style. There's turn-based versus real-time fighting, like the different type of styles. Because I know
Yeah, there's
for
also ATB as well, which is active time battle, which is essentially similar to turn-based, except
mm,
there's a timer per character. There's like a bar that fills up,
uh,
and then when that bar is filled, then you can go. Which,
ah,
even though there's a timer, everything is still technically real time because the enemy also has its timer. So you can't
yeah,
just wait around selecting an attack or a spell. You actually have to hurry up and make a decision.
yeah. Yeah, and I've always and Jill says, "I wish we could remake our lives." Well, that's something that you're gonna have to work on yourself. I'm sorry to say. We cannot
Yep.
I can't help you with that. That's something you'll have
You
to
don't gotta remake your lives, just respec. Just respec your stats.
just restart. Just press the restart button, go back, you'll be fine. Uh,
Exactly.
but yeah, I kind of enjoy that kind of battle style more real time because turn based, well, it does have its pros, right? Like turn based is like no one moves unless you move. And so that's usually good if you need to use the restroom. So you don't have to pause it. Um, but it's also kind of limiting in the sense that you can only attack after a certain point after someone else's turn, and you're kind of just like stuck to that. Whereas with like some of the newer games, it's sort of turning into this real time fighting style, and
Yeah, but I would argue that they're less RPGs in a way because they're just more like action games. Which, don't get me wrong, you can have an action RPG; those are real things. It's just that if you don't do it right, you're just going to have an action game that just has some minor RPG elements. Then, and it's not like an RPG
mm,
where like it really matters how you build your character. It's
yeah,
it's a fine balance you have to kind of strike to make sure you don't like ruin the RPG side of things because I've seen series that have either just downplayed the RPG aspect of the franchise or just outright just abandoned it, like with
yeah,
Fallout.
yeah.
Because I was not a fan of Fallout 4. I'll
Mm,
have to give it another chance because I'm pretty sure the game is fun as it is. It's just that I like Fallout as a FPS RPG. So it's like you getting rid of what made Fallout unique to me kind of
mm.
makes me not want to play it anymore, you know?
Yeah, I've played like for the Fallout games. I've played um the New Vegas, and I think 4 was the one I started with. I never played 3. And
I
then of
played
course
3 in New Vegas.
oh, okay. Um, and Grovy Sparky says, "Sadly, we can't get new Game Plus."
True. It's an
That's not
unfortunate
yeah,
fortunate aspect of life, yeah.
that's true. And then they say, "What did you think about the emotional roulette, the crisis core system? Personally, I find it fun, especially for being RNG focused." I've never, again, I haven't played I know I've heard
Oh,
of the
yeah.
game Crisis
Oh,
Core,
sorry.
but no, I was just gonna say I've heard of the Crisis Core, but I've never played beyond Crystal Chronicles or
I
7.
mean, I played Crisis Core, and I fucking loved it. It's been a long time since I played it,
Mhm.
but Crisis Core was really fun. I had no problem with what's in that game, so I think it was pretty good.
Now what is the RNG is that the real what does the RNG stand for?
RNG stands for random number generation.
Oh, okay, I
So
didn't know that.
it's just a catch-all term that people use to describe like random stuff that happens in a game.
Hmm,
Kind of
interesting.
like how when you do damage to an enemy, the damage numbers aren't always consistent
Yeah.
because it's random.
Yeah. Oh, that and if you do like a spell or you do like a like a attack sharpening or something like that, sort of like how maybe not like Pokemon, but somewhere in that field. If you use like a certain action that will either lower defense, or raise defense, or stuff like that. Artful Brittany,
Hmm.
Artful Brittany says, I made it out of the vault in Fallout 3 and then didn't finish it. I never played Fallout 3,
That's
so
funny.
I
So you
did.
barely started the game.
Oh goodness sake. Oh, I played Las Vegas and I think I finished it. I don't remember. And then 4 came out. That's right. 4 was the one that came out after that, which that still had its issues. And then after that was 76, and that is a whole another ball of wax that's still going on today.
Yeah, I mean, I hear mixed things about 76 because I know when it first came out, people trashed it.
Mm,
And rightfully so, there was barely any content in the game. But from what I understand, Bethesda has fixed it over time, so it should be playable. I mean, even if it's not good, I mean, there was a sale where it was like $8, so it's like, you know,
mm.
oh no, I wasted $8.
Oh, yeah, I bought 76 when it first came out, so, yeah, it was no, it was not $8.
Yeah, I got it on sale, and only
Yeah.
because my friend Morphbox recommended to me. He said it was pretty decent.
Oh, okay. Artful Brittany says, "I think I got creeped out by a mutant or something, I don't remember." Well, yeah, I mean, the graphics back then were not so great, so it's understandable.
I mean, to be fair, it's also Bethesda games, so
It's true,
like
yeah.
even back then, here's the thing, right? Like in the mid like 2000s, graphics were actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Bethesda whenever they made a game in 3D, everything just looks like absolute ass every single time compared to other games that come out.
Right,
So
and
like the human beings will look horrendous
mhm.
compared to like any other game you might play.
Oh, yeah, yeah, it was there are games, during that time period I wish maybe got a remake or an upgrade in graphics, but, it's usually a money thing and time thing that they companies don't do that, so.
True. I mean, I know recently with Bethesda they released the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster.
Oh, that's right, yeah, I
So
saw that.
people look better, but I do find it funny that they try to keep faithful to Oblivion by still keeping the potato faces, but they're now realistic looking potato faces.
Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work. It's gonna work, don't worry.
Oh,
Groby
it
said,
worked. People love it.
yeah, that's true. On Crisis Core, the limits are full luck-based RNG, but it plays very like a real-time battle. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Crisis Core is actually real time action.
Mm.
But like you have like there's like this roulette wheel thing that gives you like certain abilities and stuff, and the summons were always kind of random too.
Oh,
But
yeah,
they were
yeah.
powerful.
Oh, I believe it. Again, I haven't played that one. Jill says, "What about Shenmue style games? Have they entirely died out? I know they were remastered, but still, or does Yakuza? I think I've seen Yakuza. I have seen the Yakuza games, and I think one of those got remastered, but I don't know what the Shenmue style games are, unfortunately.
Shenmue is a classic game for I believe it was released for the Dreamcast, I believe
Oh, okay.
initially.
Oh,
And
nice.
I know Yakuza in terms of like its general feel
Mm-hmm.
and gameplay was kind of inspired by that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're comparable.
Ah,
I haven't played too many Yakuza games. I only played one. I played Yakuza Kiwami, which is the remake of the first game.
oh, yeah,
Yeah, and I know that's a remaster and well remake slash remaster, and they also remade uh, Yakuza 2,
yeah, yeah.
and I
Because I
believe 3, 4, and 5 got remasters or something.
Okay, yeah, because there was someone I was watching someone play. I can't remember what the name of it was, but they were playing a Yakuza game, and it looked all right. I mean, the graphics looked all right, or looked like it was somewhat new or whatever. But I mean, if you're talking about something like a remake or remaster, something like that, I do know some games they tried to update it to like an HD, but like you said, like for the Oblivion, it really doesn't pan out that well to some sort of degree, like the graphics wise. But if you're talking something like the Final Fantasy VII one, that was a whole it was sort of like 90% rebuilt, if that makes sense.
I would
Because
say 100%. That game is not. I mean, the fact that it's technically multiple games, because there's technically remake and rebirth.
oh
Those
yeah,
are two different games, and it's the
yeah.
Final Fantasy VII story.
Yeah, it's almost a trilogy. Yeah, they're turning it into a trilogy, which is understandable because obviously if you're going to spend that much time on it, you might as well make split it up into three and make money off it. But I know it's also been a sore subject for a lot of people too because it's more of the story factor rather than the look factor. Because I mean, they still kept the, old versions in certain mini game section, but I do know the story part is what get people hooked hanged up on.
Right. From what I understand, I haven't played any of the Final Fantasy VII remake games, but from what I understand, there's some changes here and there to the story, which I don't really know what they are, but depending on who you ask, it's either good or bad. I have no
Yeah,
clue.
yeah, neither do I. I mean, I know the Rebirth is out there on PC now, because I did buy and this is my thing too with that sort of thing is, like, my the thing with exclusives, right? So you have stuff with PlayStation and Final Fantasy VII, the God of War stuff and all that. They it's this weird thing where I mean, they do put a lot of money up front, so don't get me wrong on that. But it's sort of like exclusivity for games is kind of it feels a bit outdated because I believe when they had brought the Rebirth out, it really worked against them because it was only for PlayStation 5. And for me, if you're gonna put out a game and you need to make your money back, you would put it out as many places as you possibly could with, understanding of like um the control configuration, right? Because the difference between controller and mouse and keyboard, that sort of thing.
Right. I mean, the main idea with exclusivity is it's supposed to drive sell to help sell a console,
Right.
and the company that is essentially making this exclusivity deal is supposed to pay them enough money to make it worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of like what they did with Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2 is only on PS5, but I'm like, that we was sold a lot more if it was on PC as well because um I think PC nails its own right, even though it's still a small section of, compared against the consoles. It still is a I feel it's becoming a bigger growing factor because
I was gonna say, I think PC is sort of overtaking console players now. I don't want to say it's completely have, but it's
yeah,
almost
no.
neck and neck.
Yeah, it feels like that because I mean, while there is a lot of things that the developers have to work into, like the different parts, graphic cards, all that stuff, and they have to go from like a low quality to make your computer to allow your computer to run, or like the high ultra quality, which you see like the 4090 GeForce or whatever that are able to run that stuff. But the issue of it is that being exclusive in the sense of to a console like PlayStation 5 or, well, it used to be Microsoft, but now not much anymore, or Nintendo Switch. I mean, Nintendo, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna still carry some of its exclusives with it just because they have that kind of power to do so.
Nintendo has freaking legacy.
Yeah, that's what it
And
does.
it has they've done the incredibly smart business decision of making such memorable characters and franchises that
Mhm.
they essentially made audiences for life. There are just so many people captured under their spell that they're never going to abandon Nintendo, no matter how much Nintendo
Yeah,
screws them over.
yeah. Or charges them, alarm in a leg, really. A
Yeah, and they'll
nightmare.
still buy it. They'll
Yeah.
still buy it.
Oh there's a lot about that. Nightmare says the Final Fantasy VII remakes, as I understand, keep the core story, but make a ton of changes to expand it. Well, part of it, to the degree it did keep this story, but there was changes like, Aerith kind of lives a bit to some degree. And they do add a bit more. But for me, my thought is that they're using the Unreal Engine to remake that world. I mean, they still keep the character looks or whatnot, but they do use Unreal. I believe the first one uses Unreal Engine 4, and I believe the second one uses Unreal Engine 5, but I'm not too sure about that.
I can see
Uh,
that. And also, did you say Aerith lives? Spoilers! I'm kidding.
well, it's sort of a weird-ish thing. Yeah, we'll get into that. But Nightmare says yes. Square is dropping PlayStation exclusivity because of certain results. Yeah, exactly. Because it didn't make sense. Like the reason you're gonna put out a game, you're gonna put out a game that needs a lot of money back, right? Because that's why people make games is to get money back. Now, obviously, there are games on Steam or places you can find it where they're indie games. Now, some of them are good and some of them are crap poor. It just
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah. But they still some now if you're doing an indie game, some people just make it for the fun of it, maybe to make a little money, but like if you want to really take a real indie gamer, think about Scott Cawthon, right? Scott Cawthon made, of course, the FNAF series. Now, when he first made the first Five Nights at Freddy's, he didn't think it would get so big. He was pretty much down on his luck, being a general manager at a Dollar General sort of thing, or a manager at a General, and he probably wouldn't. It probably wasn't go well, but yeah, it's still sometimes it's a hit or miss. And so for him, it was a great success and still a great success, minus things here and there. But sometimes there are indie gamers who don't get big, but they still just enjoy making a game.
Yeah.
Um,
And here's the thing. I also want to address the whole most indie games are trash thing.
mm,
I think that's kind of a somewhat unfair statement to give to them, mostly just because you can apply that same logic to really any media when you
mm,
really think about it.
mm,
When you think about like any medium, most like things you get out of that medium is always going to be shit.
mm.
That's a consistent thing. And I would argue that you're more likely to find good indie games than good AAA games nowadays. Hence
Uh,
why I went to the indie scene in the first place.
right. Well, again, then you have like what Steam does, and you have a lot of you have you have a lot of R18 games on there.
Yeah.
They do promote a lot of those. Nightmare also says in Japan, I believe most people have a Switch or PC, PlayStation, Xbox. Well, I mean, first off, Xbox, I believe Microsoft said
Microsoft
they're
just gave up, if I'm being
yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I well, and the thing of it is, like, they already have, like, things like Minecraft. Microsoft owns Minecraft, so they have that, and that's mostly PC and mobile, where most of it's at nowadays is mobile and PC, or Steam Deck, which has its own um, Linux thing, Steam OS. Um, but I mean, it's just varies. And Luke says Nintendo has some of the greatest IPs of all time, but their business practices are very quickly turning me against them. Well, yeah, because they know they can do it. They don't have the competition to force them out. I mean, I've only seen one Nintendo game out there on mobile, and that was a Mario game. I think it's called like Mario Run or something like that. I think it's still out there, but it's all
Yeah,
it's
it's called Mario Run or something.
yeah, yeah. It's the only one you'll find out there. Hey, Shield, we're talking about games. I think they're both Unreal Engine 4. Okay, I thought Rebirth was 5 because I know 5 came out a little before that one did, but again, they work on these games like 2 years before, 2 to 3 years before they actually put them out there. So I can believe that because Unreal 4 has been out for quite some time. But I mean, the last one might be on Unreal 5, which would be incredible. Groovy Sparks things. I think one of the main problems in gaming industry are that pursuit of the high tech, like why you want ultra high tech games only for realistic simulators and nothing more. Well, to point to
I mean,
kind of
I
oh, go ahead.
I kind of agree with that honestly because it seems like they seem to be just pushing for technology instead of making fun games.
Mm,
Like making an actual fun game doesn't seem to be their priority, and not to mention the fact that at this point it's just proven a lot of these AAA companies are bloated. There's too
yeah,
many people in them who don't do anything for the game that shouldn't be
mhm,
there who get a payout for
yeah,
not really making any contributions whatsoever.
yeah.
That's why I'm very appreciative of games like Claire Obscure Expedition 33
Oh,
because that game is technically an indie slash double A game,
mhm,
and it completely embarrassed the AAA scene because only like 30ish people made the game,
mhm. Well,
and that game sold millions, and it was like of the quality that people expect from AAA games.
right. Well, and just kinda bring it back a bit, I mean, you can just point to the Five Nights at Freddy's, and that embarrassed a lot of AAA games out there because it was made by one guy with his kids beta testing. Now, of course, Steelwood Studios does, like, the other games, but, I mean, one guy made a game that is now worth multi-millions, oh, probably almost billions at this point, and second movie's coming out towards the end of this year, so
Yeah.
there are some indie creators who do hit success, and it works out well. I think,
I mean, here's the most legendary one, Minecraft.
well, but yeah,
That's
dude,
that's
Minecraft,
te
yeah,
that's technically not indie anymore, but when
yeah,
it
that's true.
was, it blew up.
Oh,
When Notch
yeah.
made that game, he's set for life.
Oh, yeah, no, and I believe he's trying to make another one, or another different kind of one, but Nightmare says, "Yes, both are Unreal 4." Okay, thank you for that. Stardew Valley, oh, that's right, Stardew Valley, that's right, Stardew Valley is very popular, even with multiplayer added to it, because
Oh,
it's yeah, it's
sorry, I
very
was gonna say,
popular.
"Hey, Peter Claymore." That's not one of my friends. He's in the chat, shilling Dragolia Lost, because
Well,
that's his mobile game along with Limbus Company or whatever.
oh my goodness. Luke says, I say most because there's too many of them. If you look at the amount of them out there compared to how many are good, then yes, most are trash. All right, well,
Yeah, I mean, I
most,
agree. I'm just saying that's mostly any medium.
yeah,
Because, like, literally look at anything, if you don't really have an eye for quality, you're gonna see all the trash. I mean, what I do personally
mhm,
I mean, I'm a gamer. I've been gaming for, like, most of my life. I've been gaming since I've
right,
been 4 years old. I know what a good game is, and
mhm,
all I gotta do is just look at a gameplay trailer, see if it's worth the money or not. Or
yeah,
I go on Twitter and I have a feed that shows me what indies are doing. If I see a game that's impressing me, I retweet it.
mhm, yeah, yeah. There's definitely some, obviously because of the fields out there, whatever, indie versus AAA. And you're right, there are some AAAs that are very over bloated, but people still buy the games, and so it's kind of
They
a
still buy them, but that's
yeah,
because, and I don't want to insult a lot of people, but a lot
you're
of those
going to.
gamers are normies.
You're going
They're
to anyway, so you might as well just
normies.
yeah.
They're the dude bros. They don't care. They're just like, oh yeah, dude. Look, the latest Call of Duty's out. Oh man. No offense to people who play Call of Duty. I used to play Call of Duty a lot when I was in high school, but I got so burnt out of that shit. I was
Yeah.
just like, it's the same game every year. I can't.
Yeah, I can understand that. And Alaskaman Jeff asked a question. It asks, "Why doesn't Owlbear play games at all? Shouldn't you be out hunting hapless hunters in the Forbidden Forest or something?"
I am smarter than the average owl bear, sir.
At least you're not a man bear pig. That's a different story. Um,
Oh god, yeah.
uh, I will say that this though for side games. Ooh, what is the one? The horse one? Uma. How do you see that one? The Uma
Uma
one.
Musume.
Uma Musume. Uma Musume is their most popular game. It's made them
Yes.
billions so far. So, I don't know what Dragalia is, but side games will now be known for Masume because
Peter
of
Peter Claymore will tell you otherwise, but it's gotcha slop. It's gotcha slop, Peter Claymore. It's gotcha slop.
well, it is. I mean, in Genshin Impact is gotcha. Honkai, anything that MiHoYo does is gotcha. Anything that side games done is gotcha. I mean, there's so many gotcha games out there. It's ridiculous. Hope not Unreal 5. 5 is terrible and hard to mod. Well, I mean, there's still growing it and all that stuff. So maybe it will be Unreal 5, maybe it won't, but it's going to get there eventually. I understand. I've heard some of those stories and I understand, but for me, when I saw that demo that they did of Unreal 5 a while back, um, it was insane of how well the lighting looked and all that stuff, and I'm just like, the engines are gonna get there, and again, The Witcher, the new game that's coming out for The Witcher, turned to using, Unreal Engine instead of their own because sometimes it's just easy to use someone else's instead of your own. Because it's a lot
Yeah.
of money and a lot of research into that stuff. It is
I mean,
insane.
I'll give Unreal Engine this. It definitely, like, in terms of, like, giving a realistic feel to something, it definitely looks the best.
Mhm.
But there's always a lot of jank and whatnot that seems to be
Yeah,
associated with it from what I've read online from, like,
yeah,
developers who've used it.
yeah, and that's
And
understandable.
this is my personal take. I think art direction matters more than graphics.
Right, and I understand that, but still, there's going to be there's just going to be a draw to certain things over others. It's just the way it
Yeah,
is.
there's always going to be a push for better graphics because if you can make
Yeah,
it look more realistic, why not?
yeah,
I'm just saying that
exactly.
like you can make a game look timeless. You can make an old ass game from 20 years back look amazing today if you have an
Mhm.
amazing art direction.
Right, and sometimes it's a little hard to find, especially with all the stuff that's out there. Nightmare says, "I'd be more interested in the Expedition 33 game if it wasn't turn-based." Understandable.
And it's just not for you. It's just not for you. It's for people like me, turn-based people. I love turn-based games because I like strategy. I like the strategic element of it that you don't normally get in a real-time game. I mean, there's strategy in real-time games. It's just it's a little bit different because with a lot of real time, you can just kind of unga bunga and just win. Whereas in a lot of turn based, you can't really unga bunga. You have to really sit down, understand mechanics, and really play the
Ugh,
game to beat it. That's why I
uh,
prefer them a lot of times.
I know a lot of people like Elden Ring, but I can't. I can't play that game.
Can't play
Uh,
Elden Ring. I haven't
I've
played Elden Ring, but I played Souls games.
it's the one I'm playing though that is soul-like, but it isn't really that harsh. Is the what is it? It's Another Crab's Treasure, which is sort of based on Souls, but it's not as bad. The
I've seen it. It's definitely a Souls like.
Yeah.
It does look interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I it was like $30, but I enjoyed it so far. Nope, not that one. Limbus Company is based. I'll show you. Oh, he'll show you eventually. Hell Let Loose is better than CO. Also, COD. Okay, better than COD. Sea of Stars is one of the best indie games I've played. That one is great. I've not heard of that one. Oh well, thank you for
I've heard
that.
of it.
Any cute anime girls draw a crowd. Any cute, yes.
True.
Yes, and there's been a lot for Genshin. Definitely a lot for Genshin. What's that one? Isn't it Zenless? No. Zero Zenless? Isn't that the one it's called?
I know what you're
Zenless?
talking. It's called Zenless Zero Zone. I think that's
Yeah,
what it means.
I think that's what it is. It's just
I just
three.
call it ZZZ because that's easy to remember. ZZZ.
Yeah. Um Peter says, "Trust me when I say this, any gotcha game I talk about positively is
Peter, you're
acceptable."
coping. You're coping,
Uh-oh.
Peter. It's still
Uh-oh.
slop. I just
Calm
want to
out.
make fun of him.
Custom engines function better than Unreal. Well, okay, but still, Unreal is out there being used by many people. I know God is out there. I know
Yeah.
Unity is out there. There's another one that's not Unity, but something else. But
Godot.
good. Well, no, that's not God. That's what I was saying. Got it. GODOT. That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, got it. Got it. The actual name is Godot, but no one ever says the name right, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Godot.
Well,
Godot.
I know that there's like the Kojima custom engine, but that's a private one that is not public for people
Yeah,
to
that's
use.
the. Oh, I forgot the name of the engine. It's not called the
It's
Fox engine. What's it called?
it's the
Oh,
Decime, something like that.
well, Decime, that's an emulator for
Okay.
like a DS.
Well then I'm very off then.
Yeah,
But I get it. UE5 looks nice, but the performance level, I get that, but eventually it's going to get better because again, it's being used. UE5 is being used, I believe, in Fortnite because you can
Nightmare is Unreal Engine's number one hater.
he
He's
can
like,
be
that thing
the.
sucks.
I get it. I don't like starting a turn, getting coffee, doing my taxes, and coming back to find out it's still my. How are you?
I
You've
don't know
been.
what I don't know what kind of turn-based game you're playing because most turn-based games are fast. At
Yeah.
least the ones I play, they're fast.
Unless he's playing Uno the hard way, then that's a different turn-based game.
Exactly. He's playing Uno by himself and still taking a long time. That's no explanation.
Reverse! Oh, son of a bit. Oh, man. Nightmare. I hate Souls like 2. I miss Devil May Cry. So what? Yeah, I know. I think Devil May Cry 5 was like the last one they ever did. But I just never played any of those games, but I know that's a
I need
cherished
to.
series.
I actually have. I think there was a collection that was on Steam that I bought on sale. I haven't played it yet, but I do need to play it just because I know that for a lot of people, and there's even a meme on this, like how Oh yeah, I'm a fan of action games, and it's only Devil May Cry or something. Like it's the only action game series that exists.
Oh, um, oh, okay, okay. He says he loves Unreal Engine 3. Okay, so you do have some love for UE3, but understand.
Okay, okay, but Nightmare, that's different. He's talking about Divinity Original Sin.
Oh,
That's actually here's the thing. There's different types of RPGs.
mm,
Divinity Original Sin, that's a Western CRPG.
okay.
And one of the reasons why I like JRPGs in particular is because they're much faster when it comes to, real turn-based combat. I mean,
Mm,
I do love my Western RPGs, but they are a slower grind compared to Japanese ones.
mm,
Because with Japanese ones, it's like hundreds of random encounters that like eventually you learn how to kill enemies faster to make the battle flow faster.
mm.
Whereas in a lot of Western RPGs, there are a lot of there's a lower number of battles to be had, but they're longer in comparison.
Right, and that's understandable. He says Arkham is his favorite games, so he does like the Arkham series. I've never played them as
I think
well.
I own those two. I own those two, but I haven't played them. But yeah, but like Western RPGs, they're very much they're very closer to like D&D in
Hmm.
terms of how combat goes.
Right.
Because depending on how your DM sets up the battle, a battle can take a long time. I've
R-
played many D&D campaigns to know how long the average like encounter can be from different DMs.
mhm. Yeah, and Alaskaman Jeff says I was trying to code a custom game for the Fortnite Unreal Engine. I never wanted to break my PC more than fighting with that garbage code. Well, uh, I think I don't know how to make any custom games, but I do know they allow you to do like different add items to and stuff like that. They have their own custom thing for Fortnite. And then Jill said if one engine is used too much, it runs the risk of being sponsored by e.g. Nvidia, making everything run like crap unless you get their hardware. Well, I mean, technically, uh, X's Grok runs on Nvidia, so I mean, kind of throwing that
There
one
you go.
without out there. Brittany says Mr. Owl is actually smart about RPGs. I don't know why his name is Dingus. Oh, oh,
Because I'm a dingus. I don't
he's
know
a
why people think I'm smart.
um,
I
well,
I'm up in front about my stupidity. It's in the name.
and Nightmare says Tales of Arise was my favorite Japanese RPG because it's an ARPG. Well, I don't know what
Yeah,
the A stands for.
it
Um,
stands for action. It's
oh,
an
okay,
action
actually,
RPG.
well,
Yeah, I
I've
haven't played Tales of Arise, but I've played Symphonia and Vesperia.
mm,
Those are really good.
I've only played JRPG like the one I really liked that was more of a Dreamcast and it got sort of upgraded for GameCube was uh Skies of Arcadia. That one I liked,
I've heard of
but
that one.
they just haven't you can't really get it. And supposedly there was news of it getting a remake, but you know how that goes. And then there was another one,
Yeah, it's just rumors.
yeah, they're just rumors. Tales of Symphonia was a game I played a long time ago, and that was a two-discer right there, if people remember. That was for the GameCube, and Tales of Symphonia was pretty interesting, because of the some of the, English, VAs that were in it, at least for me.
Arise
Um,
has the best waifu. I'll be the judge of that when I play it because
yeah.
I have the objectively correct tastes. Anyway,
Only I can have those tastes. You must suffer, peasant.
exactly.
Um, but yeah, I don't play much games very much anymore because I have a full time job and I do this show, which I enjoy doing more or less. But once in a while, I'll try to play.
Yeah, it's
It's
understandable. I mean, to be honest, I mostly only play games on stream nowadays. That's like my only way of being able to cope for like time to play a video game nowadays is when if I stream it for entertainment.
yeah, yeah. For
Because
me,
I do also have a full time job. I gotta get doing. I also work nights
oof,
5 days
oof,
a week, and it
oh,
also doesn't work that the place I work at is an hour away from my house.
oh, wow, that
But
hurts.
yeah, it takes a while.
Oh goodness, hour away, especially during winter. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really bad. I hate
Ugh.
winter especially because of that.
What state are you in?
You want me to dox myself? How dare? I'm kidding.
I'm from Indiana. People know I'm from
It's
Indiana,
fine. It's
but
fine. It's fine. Technically speaking, this was already revealed on a stream due
oh,
to a misunderstanding.
uh,
But the state is Pennsylvania.
oh, Pennsylvania. Well, I mean, you have Hershey, the Hershey Park, so that's not too bad. But other than
Yep.
that, you other than that, I don't know if the winters get that bad though, because I've never
I
been.
mean, it's still a northern state, so
Uh,
it's winters are always going to be bad regardless up here.
ugh, I can understand that. Nightmare says I made a ton of mods for Arise too. I was a big modder for that one. Ooh, not bad. And Grovey Sparky says, "My favorite RPG, I'll go with Mega Man Battle Network 3. I know Battle Network games are their own genre, RPG plus deck building, but BN3 hits with me so much." Oh, I've never
Oh
played
yeah,
any of that one.
I've played Mega Man Battle Network 4. I don't know how I managed to get my hands on that game, but
Uh,
I played Battle Network 4 and it was interesting because it combined RPG with deck building, which that's also another reason why I like RPGs a lot too.
mm,
RPGs as a genre is probably the best genre to like hybrid with other genres.
oh,
You can get some very interesting games if you're just like, what if I combine an FPS with an
mm,
RPG? You get Fallout. Oh, what if I combine a game with like beat 'em up like commands or action gameplay? Oh,
mm,
you get Tales of games, you get Secret of Mana. Like
mm,
there's so much you can do with the RPG genre.
yeah,
I
definitely.
love it so much.
Oh yeah, amazing. And yeah, ouch, it's rough. Yeah, especially for that. Midwest winters. Oh, buddy. Oh yeah, especially when it gets down to the negatives. Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh, no, sirree, Bob. Oh, last year. Oh,
I'm a bird. I hate the cold. That's why I
January.
want to
Well,
fly south.
you're an owl though, so that's a bit different.
Yeah, but I'm not a snow owl. There's snow owls. They love the cold.
Yeah.
I am a I know what I I'm an owl bear,
An owl
but
bear.
I'm specifically a great horned owl.
A great horned owl. Yeah, some of the. At least you can turn your head like 360 a bit. So there's that. Um,
True.
But yeah, I don't hate winter. It's just when you're a kid, you enjoy it for the snow, and then when you become an adult, you're like, "Oh, I gotta shovel the driveway again."
Yeah, that is just kind of how it is. When you're a kid, winter is kind of awesome. But
Yeah.
then when you have responsibilities as an adult, it's just like, oh wow, winter actually kind of sucks.
Oh, don't forget, like, driving in it too when you have to deal with other people driving in this winter. Are you kidding me? Like, when winter comes around, you have, like, almost 50 or 60% people forgetting how to drive during winter. It's, like, slow and steady. Come on, people. Like, get up early for work.
Yeah. No, nobody ever likes to drive, so they never like to take their time. Not saying you have to drive at the speed limit, but if other people are around you, use common sense.
Yeah. It just gets sucks because it's not much the snow, it's the ice. And ice, oh man, you hit the wrong patch, boy. You better hope and pray you stop somewhere it doesn't hit anyone because it's awful. So awful. I hear owls and bats are natural enemies. Well,
Well,
nightmare.
that's because bats are food. That's
Yeah.
why they're delicious.
You might- that might come across wrong. So what's wrong with snow? Well, you know what, Alaska Man Jeff? I'm not up there with like -50 during winter, okay? All right? Keep calm it down over there, okay? You're okay. Um, yeah, he actually
I
lives in
just
Alaska.
realized his name is Alaska Man Jeff. He's probably
Yeah.
used to it.
Yeah, he's like used to it. But we don't live in an area where the winters get so cold. If you were to go outside, it'd probably give you a frostbite as you first go out, or if you stay out too long. But I like a mild winter. I like winter. I liked it when I was able to wear shorts for Christmas. Okay, that's the kind of winter I like. I don't care if it doesn't give up to 70 or whatever. Just like, warm enough that I could put shorts on. And I've been able to do it for at least a few years now. Not
Are you the
consecutively.
type of guy who wears shorts like out throughout winter, no matter like what the actual like season is?
No, 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 no. If it gets too cold,
Okay,
I will wear pants again. But usually
I was gonna
Um,
say I've met people like that, by the way.
oh no, I've seen
No
that. I've
matter
seen
the
it too.
cost, they're
Oh
they're
yeah.
just like they're just like fuck pants. I will wear
Well,
shorts no matter the cost.
uh, if they say that, then you might want to get out because you might see things you don't want to see. Move south. Well, I'd love to, Brittany, but things cost money nowadays, and I have little to no money to do
True.
very much of anything.
Things are expensive. You
Oh
can't
yeah.
even you can't even be a 30-year-old adult with owning a house because of how bad the economy is. That's how terrible things are.
Well, and the thing of it too is like when it's just like with cars, right? Like I have a Ford Fiesta, 2012, and I bought it during when COVID hit. So that was when like all the computer chips and all that stuff and the cars weren't coming over. So they were selling used cars at higher prices. Now I didn't have much of freedom to do so because my car, which was a Toyota Corolla, was starting to hit the hay and I needed a vehicle. So I really didn't have much of a choice. So my car was probably $3,000 more than what it was actually worth. So I had to buy it though. And I paid it off within a reasonable amount of time. Um but the thing of, like, when people buy a car, like, there was one point where I wanted to get a Mini Cooper because a Mini Cooper looks pretty cool, right? I would like to drive a stick shift. I like driving stick shift, but you have to either buy it new or an old one, which is hard to find. And,
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I've never seen what a stick shift looks like.
well that can go 2 different ways, but, the point of the matter is, though,
Well, hold on. What were you thinking?
Hey, this
What
is
what
called a
came across your mind? I was talking about the
I said
car.
I said 2 different ways, so let's just leave it at that, alright?
Sure.
Wait for the housing crash? Well, even then, it's still gonna be a lot of money, like, a house is not gonna cost $10,000, it's gonna cost almost, like, half a 50,000 up to 100,000, and people just at a certain point, people aren't gonna be able to afford it because they are gonna be too old to own one, and you have all that
Yeah.
stuff. So you could wait for a housing crash, but a housing crash is not gonna take it down farther. Houses, cars, girls, they're all overpriced now. Well, okay, the girls, I get the girls part, but you gotta let those off girls go. Just
I
let them
mean,
go.
I mean, girls are always going to be expensive, no matter the
That's
time.
that's true. Yeah.
It's just that they're unfortunately more expensive now due to, well, let's just say an incredibly evil ideology that they all believe in, or at least, even if they're not necessarily a proponent of that ideology, there are certain ideas from the ideology they kind of believe in.
Well, but the issue with that is using the word all when you don't know all, and I can't take a certain section of women, say 100 of them, who do the whole
Okay, okay.
feminist thing and all that stuff. I get that, but I can't say all because you
When
don't
I
know all.
say all, I don't necessarily mean 100%. It's always like, exceptions to the rules.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, even if they don't necessarily identify with the ideology, there are ideas that they will unconsciously adhere to due to, let's just say, biological factors at play, where they think it's a good idea because it benefits them.
And
You know.
Oscar Jeff says good girls are found early on, so they disappear. Well, it's like a magic trick. You give them $1 and then just disappear. But that's most people. But yeah, that's one of the things that Bay style right there. Look at that nightmare. A bat agrees with you right there, and he's your lunch. So that's a little weird. Um,
What is Nightmare a bat?
yeah,
Oh no,
he's a bat VTuber. Well, he's more of a
it's
bat.
cool. It's cool. He's one of the good ones.
He's a he's a Batmanish VTuber, I should say, because he looks a little bit like
Okay, if
Batman.
he's a bat, wait. When you say Batman, do you mean like a Batman or do you mean like a man bat? Because those are different.
Batmanish character, so like DC Batman. So it's
Okay,
sort of
that's
like that.
different. That's
Yeah,
different. That's different.
yeah. But for me, it's like that's one of the thing that kind of gets me about a bunch of different creators, and not just creators, but other people too. Is like they use these finale words to generalize a whole thing. So like many times you hear people talk like for a movie, right? Like a certain movie didn't make a whole lot, and they'll say nobody watched this movie, no one went to see this movie. Well, that's not technically true. Some people saw it, but it just
Okay,
wasn't enough.
yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, but here's the thing, right? The world works on generalities. It. obviously when people say all, or they say like a general term like, oh, men do this, women do that, or these type
Mm,
of people do this, these people do that. Obviously it's never not all, it's usually a way of saying most, because it's mostly the case that that's how it works, because like I said, the world works in generalities. It's like if I said, oh, uh men are taller than women. Obviously, I'm not saying all men are taller than women, because
yeah.
there are 6 foot women and there's like manlit men.
Mm.
But on average, who's going to be taller on average when you see a normal guy or a normal woman.
Well, you're basically just using a shortcut to say average then, because for me, it doesn't have to be that way. It's just people do it that way because it doesn't for me.
Right. That's just kind of how the English language evolved. That's just kind of how people do it.
Yeah. No, and I understand that, but that's where I say, okay, then you're completely missing the point of why I'm trying to not you, but the other people would
Yeah.
be like, that's where you're missing the point of like if you say that, you completely just you almost destroy your credibility because now you're saying all, and if you're not meaning all, then you're completely misusing the word of what you're using, right? The whole thing about racist and sexist, right? People say, well, those aren't what the words mean. So technically, you are misusing a word that has its meaning, while the argument against people who misuse racist and sexist is, and then you're kind of being sort of on that line of the same hypocritical mass that people complain against, if that makes sense. That's where I'm
Yeah, I
coming
get
from.
your point.
Yeah, that's where
Nightmare
I'm.
says it's just hyperbole most of the time, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all exaggerate. We all, I mean, we to some degree we all exaggerate. We all hyperbole. But the point of the matter is, though, is it a definer for you, or are you someone who's saying, "Look, I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, that's not the truth of it." Because what do people do most of the time? They say, I'm looking for the truth, or I'm searching the truth, whatever. If if hyperbole is truth, then what does that make things that are actually true? If you know different parts require research or whatever. Um, and then Alaska
I
Jeff
don't think
said,
necessarily people are saying hyperbole is truth. It's just more like you use hyperbole as like a sort of like as
an
a way of
exaggerator.
like conveying information, a way of conveying information, and you're usually talking to people who kind of already believe in that exaggeration anyway.
Mhm.
Not necessarily the exaggeration 100%, but they know what you're talking about.
Yeah, maybe. We're dealing with social media here where people only get 50% of what you're conveying. Like, I mean, I can't see your face. So I can't get that
Right,
emotional
right.
aspect. But I can hear from how your voice says of the emotional aspect. So I'm getting that other 50%. On
True.
social
You know
media,
what? That is a fair point. That is a fair point. Social media definitely hinders communication a bit. I agree with you on that one, 100%.
mm. Well, again,
Because
oh god, sorry. No,
I was just gonna say there are lots of things that I see
mm.
on social media that's just like out there. Like if you put what this person said in a vacuum with no context, they would sound crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but if you have the proper context, they sound less crazy. But that's
yeah,
only if you have the proper context, which is kind of hard to find sometimes. Because
yeah.
some people just find a reply to another message and they don't even look at the what they're replying to, and they're just like,
Mm.
"Oh my god!"
Yeah, it's a quick, self-defense or whatever. Like you've probably seen that many times where they end up tripping over themselves, and you're like, that's no, that's not what you're supposed to. That's not what it means.
Yeah, it
Um,
also doesn't help that people like to bait people. So
well, yeah, especially before we get in that further, last one Jeff says instead use the term an unbelievable amount that you wouldn't believe if I told you. Okay, but that's a longer way of saying something. It's to
exactly, that's such a like
yeah.
run-on sentence. I'm. What'd you say? I got zoned out.
You totally wouldn't believe this, guys. It is so totally untrue. Totally untrue. That's a shortening of that right there. I think all owl bears are feather brained. Ouch. Wow.
Oi! Hey! We're not just feather brained. We're also fur brained.
Hey, when you find a dead mouse in your pillow and you're wondering how it got there, Merry Christmas, Timmy. Mom, there's a dead mouse! You owls! Curse you! Oh,
Okay.
snap, that's right, we're getting a little distant. No, it's just again from my point of things, like I'm trying to come from this aspect of like we use this language all the time. We're English language. We all use it to some degree. Not everyone in the world, right? Just English speakers, because even some English speakers have issues speaking English. And I know I'm watching
True.
some of you. Okay, fifth grade did not go far for you.
Whoa, who was that directed towards?
But it's not. It's just directed at people who don't use their words well. But my
I
point
know.
my point has always been is like I keep seeing this thing, especially in the content creator sphere, where it's this hyperbole, exaggeration, and it kind of doesn't help their credibility when they push these words that don't exactly mean what they say, and yet they fight against people or they argue against people who do sort of the same thing. Again, hypercritical on both ends, and so that's the
I would I do have one point of contention against that.
sure.
My
This
point of
is
contention is, I guess some people would argue that, oh, my side that's doing it, we're only doing it just so we get a lot of eyes, we get a lot of attention,
okay.
and we're at least trying to report, true, at least from our perspective, information that is true,
Mhm.
versus our opponents who are deliberately lying about what they're talking about. You know,
Oh, and that's understandable, right? Because that's the whole point of like, what is it? Searching for the truth or looking for the truth, whatever. But then that falls into another category of what is true. I mean, this is going to get philosophical, so I apologize, but this is going to fall in that
oh
category
baby,
of
philosophy.
yeah. Well, it's just for me, I'm just sitting here and I'm trying to look at things, and then I'm seeing like people speaking the truth or whatever truths. I'm like, okay, but what is truth per se? Because human beings are biased. We're all biased to some
True.
degree of variance. We all cognitive dissonance, biases, fallacies, all abounding. It's all there. Well, that's what marketers take advantage of. That's what manipulators take advantage of. That's what people of poor will who get taken advantage by people who are stronger will. There's a whole spiel that people forget that we're all biased to some degree, and that's why you see on social media where that gets digged in more because they're only getting 50% of the picture, right? I mean, you've seen it plenty of times with certain aspects of like dealing with probably anime and manga, right? Like you get that 50% ordeal. But my point is like we have this argument back and forth between people of I'm using these words even though I know what they technically mean, but I'm going to use them the way I want them to mean. And then you have this other side coming in saying, okay, if you're going to do that, then I'm going to use these words that have a technical meaning, but I'm going to use them the way I want them to mean. It's this sort of back and forth where it almost doesn't make sense. But then on a scale of, looking at the human scale, right? We're more as human beings, we're more irrational than rational because we default to these filters and biases that we have that we kind of grew up with,
We
right?
default to what's comfortable, essentially.
Yeah, yeah, to that comfortability to what we know because obviously there are a lot of things we don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know. I don't know much about VTubing, although I do know it's costly. It can be costly.
It can be costly. It depends on how you go. But if you want like a full on 2D rigged model, it's gonna cost you.
Oh
Especially if you
yeah,
want like the art. If you want the art to be good, and rigging
yeah,
can take a long time, that can cost like thousands of dollars. But there are cheap alternatives to get into
yeah.
VTubing. There's
I think
V-roiding. There's
yeah.
PNG tubing, which is what I'm doing.
Was it VTube Studio? I think it is or VTuber Studio. I think that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
VTube Studio. That's a common software that lots of VTubers use to, I guess, capture their VTuber, moving for like
Yeah.
OBS and stuff.
But yeah, the rigging stuff, I heard, like, there was one point where I heard one took, like, almost a couple $1,000. I'm like, they are making bank."
That you want to know like the highest amount I've ever seen for like a VTuber?
Oh, what was that?
It was like 10 grand.
Woo! Baby,
And
that
to be
is
fair, that person has like the most like fully rigged VTuber model I've ever seen. So I can see why it was like that costly, but my goodness, that's a huge expense
oh god.
for a if you're not like serious about this, it's just a hobby. But if
Yeah,
you're like serious and it's worth the money because you can make a lot of money with this if that's your job.
sure. Yeah. That's where I kinda get finicky about it because I wouldn't wanna make this my job because the burnout is too real, and if you rely on this full time, it becomes less of something you enjoy and more something like, all right, I gotta get up today. I gotta do this, this, and this.
I
And
mean, hey, I there was a point I did try streaming like 7 days a week,
yeah,
and I did that for as long as I think like 7 months in a row. It was like my record,
yeah,
and you do get a burnout eventually. It,
yeah.
it, it does happen, and it's bad. I'm kind of glad I kind of was just like, okay, I need like at least 1 or 2 days off. This is too much.
Yeah, it definitely is. Kaiju says, "I know someone who made their own VTuber modeler. She did an amazing job all on her own." Well, that's great. I mean, there's a skill to learn in that. But I mean, like if you want to talk like the girls like Vsojo or Hololive or whatever, those probably cost a lot. I'm just gonna be
Yeah, I
honest.
mean,
Those
Fujojo is no longer around.
oh
They're
yeah,
kind of that company is kind of
that's another story in its own right.
yeah.
Um,
That's a whole another can of worms there.
yeah. Nightmare says true, but rigging also takes a ton of yeah, and that's understandable. Again, it's
It does.
if it's worth it to you, you'll pay the money, but it's still a costly business. In the VTuber field, rigging is difficult. Yes, of course. I just do it for fun. Great. I know you do Kaiju, but you use VTube Studio, so I know you use that. That's where I rigged my model and everything myself. Yeah, see, there you go. See, if you learn the skill,
Based.
you can do it yourself.
It's always
Right?
better to if you can make things
Yeah.
on your own.
Oh yeah. It's just gonna take time. That's all it does. It just takes time, and
Yeah,
maybe
it's a money versus time type of thing.
yeah, and a few YouTube videos if you're really patient. But anyway, it is the top of the hour, a little past it, and what I do is I set aside some time for me and my guests to promote our stuff. Now, sometimes I have on guests who aren't content creators, so they just get like a word in, or they just pass and goes to me. But I do have your link tree here, so if you want to promote yourself, good sir, the floor is yours.
Okay, well, I am Dingus the Strix. I am a VTuber that loves RPGs. I play RPGs every Friday and Saturday for a long time. I also like to support indie games because I'm a person who has been very disappointed with the AAA scene for the past 10 plus years. So I try to expose people to better alternatives with indie developers who actually put in the effort and really deliver on quality too. Like I try my best to be very discriminatory with the type of indie games that I try out on stream. So if I'm playing it, there's a good chance it's probably a really good game, or at least one worth mentioning.
Yeah. The
I would also like to say, oh, you want to say?
no, no, no. I'll mention after you're done. Sorry.
Okay. I
Go ahead.
also want to say that I also inspired to be a game dev myself.
Oh, nice.
So I'm playing a whole bunch of games to get myself some inspiration, learn different types of game design philosophies, so that way I can implement what I learned into future games I want to make
Oh,
with my team, Sweet Release, which that is
ooh,
a VTuber group that I am a part of.
nice.
It consists of myself, DingusTheStrix, Morphbox,
Oh,
Daimao,
mhm.
Peter Claymore, who was in the chat earlier, and Jinfinitus, who I believe is streaming right now, actually.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
And I believe that's about it. Yeah, I stream mostly every Sunday I collab with the boys.
Mhm,
Uh Monday is usually well nowadays since we decided not to do collabs on Mondays anymore, it's just going to be probably whatever indie game I'm playing or whatever retro game I'm playing or something else.
mhm.
I'm not guaranteed I don't stream on Tuesdays.
Okay.
Um it's 50-50 whether or not I stream on a Wednesday.
Mhm.
And Thursday is usually going to be a gaming stream day. And then Friday, Saturday, like I said before, RPG days. So
Nice.
that's like my usual schedule.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter. That's kind of my main social media at this point. It used to be this one site called minds.com,
Right.
which I still use it, but the site is unfortunately kind of on its last legs,
Ooh, yeah, that was I remember
which
that
is
being
rough.
yeah, I remember
Sorry.
mines being promoted like crazy. No, you're fine. I remember it was promoted like crazy, then it's just kind of non-existent at this point.
It was great when it started, and for like the past couple of years, it was actually kind of, in my opinion, the place to be if you didn't like the lefty controlled Twitter at the time, because pre Elon era Twitter was just censorship like crazy.
Mhm.
If you were anywhere near right of center, you were going to get banned.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, ever since Elon bought Mines,
Oh.
that was kind of the nail in the sorry, not sorry, I misspoke. Ever since Elon bought Twitter, is what I meant to
Mhm.
say.
Yeah.
That was kind of the nail in the coffin for Minds because a lot of people were like, "Oh, I can now speak again on Twitter. I'm gonna go back to Twitter now." Boop, boop, boop. And then yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, his link tree is up there. It has all those links, including his Twitter X and all that stuff. So if you want to find where else he's at, you'll find all this stuff in there. No, I just want to say there's another uh people I know. They're a father daughter streamer who do that sort of thing. Like they promote indie games. So it's like you're kind of in the same field of promoting indie games to other people and stuff. So they're good.
right.
They're a good group. Um,
Yeah, and I guess I also just want to go and just like hone in on this more is the reason why I promote indie games as well as some retro games too, is because I don't want people to be doomers about the gaming industry. I mean,
yeah,
I do think inevitable video game crash will happen,
yeah,
but I want people to understand that the way to fix this issue that plagues the gaming industry is to support the people who care and actually make good products.
mhm, yeah,
Or, better yet, if you're creative yourself, make your own.
yeah.
Either make good stuff or support people who make good stuff.
The tools are out there. I mean, as time goes on, there will be more and more tools people to use, and why wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, there's lots of tools that are available right now. They're open source and free.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, Blender is actually a good example of this. Blender used to be just god awful, one of the worst programs I've ever seen. But nowadays, it is slowly but surely, if not already, becoming an industry standard when it comes to making like 3D models with it.
yeah, yeah. It was definitely still behind, but you can get that on Steam. That's for free on Steam and some other ones too. Unity
Yep,
is another one. I know Unity is out there, and all that stuff. But I don't have a interest in
nope,
making gaming. I'm too I'm not that capable.
that's fine. It's not for everybody. If you have
Yeah.
the passion for it, I do recommend it. Alaska Man Jeff said Blender is now top notch. Yeah, it's now top notch. I
Yeah.
remember when it wasn't. Oh boy,
Oh
the
boy.
the the difference between Blender now and Blender like 10 years ago is crazy.
I
Because
can
I
believe
I
that.
used Blender I used Blender in high school,
Uh,
and it was horrendous.
I can believe that. But yes, again his link tree is his links are on both ends, both Rumble and YouTube, because I do stream to both. But you can find his stuff there, and if you're interested, give him a look. And if he's worth a follow, why not? Right? Like I know there are some content creators that are like, oh, go follow this person. I'm like, I'd rather their work sell them, not me. Because
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do that. It gives
I
an
mean,
empty
check
follow.
me out. Check me out at least. If I'm not your cup of tea, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, I mean, you can already check him out right now. If an
Exactly.
owl bear man thing is not your type of tea, well, guess what? You already have an example of that. So there you go.
I mean, funny enough, I do scare people sometimes.
That's
There,
who.
there, there, there are two people who, when they see me for the first time, they think of you're either one or two people, right? You're
Uh,
either like, "Oh, he's cool," or "Oh, he's funny," and then the other half are like, "Oh my god, he's terrifying."
well, I mean,
What is that thing?
you have another model, so I have seen that one. That was a bit beefcake.
True. You know what? You know what? Hold on for a second. Hold on for a
Oh,
second.
he's gonna
Let me
change it
show
up.
what people what I used to look like. Hold on, hold on. This
There
is
you
what I
go.
used to look like.
Yeah, beefcake, Mr.
this
Owlbear.
this model scared people. This right here, this scared people.
Yeah, especially when it bends its necks like that when you talk. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The bendy neck.
Oh goodness.
Anyway, I do like how I look now. I prefer this.
There you go. But yeah, his link is down below, so give that a look. And yeah, thank you for that. But from my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or whether you're on the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on, because I do stream to both. If you wouldn't mind, leaving a like. Oops. Well, yeah. All right. Never mind. Leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow. Anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only does it help with being seen more, like all content creators want to be. I mean, honestly, so if content creator says they want to be seen much, deep down there's some degree they want to be seen. So any help with that, and then of course it also helps with having other people on, like Dingus, like Alaska Man Jeff, like Nightmare, like so many other people with over
I'm sorry.
two what
I was just laughing with chat saying they were like, "Yeah, that model was horrifying. That model's unnerving," said Nightmare.
goodness. But again, at this point, I've had on over 260 various guests. So that's been an honor and a privilege, and I'm looking forward to the many more that are coming on. So, but the reason why I do it is just to have conversations with people. I'm not. It's not an interview. I know some people mistake it for, but it's just really just having conversations about whatever. Because there's already enough 24/7 news content creators. There's already enough talking about the gaming industry and destruction of entertainment, destruction of. I'm just here to chat about whatever. And so far, I've had 260 something yeses. So that's a plus for me. But anyway, any help on either end for the engagement is much appreciated. And of course, oops. And of course, I have my link here. You can go there, find my Twitter X, and my email in there. I have a link to Discord, but it's mostly just for DMing. I do not have enough mental bandwidth to do a server, but you can find all my stuff there, including my YouTube and Rumble one, in that link tree. And of course, now, I am until the end of this month, I am still part of Rumble's creator program, although that will end because I have no interest to continue with it. But I am part of Proton's partner program. If people don't know what Proton is, it's Proton Mail, Proton VPN, Proton Drive, all this sort of stuff. They have a whole suite of
Interesting.
useful items. Yeah. But one of
I
the
didn't
things
know they had a partner program.
yeah, it was they promoted it early this year. I don't know if I even have the link anymore, but it's somewhere in there on Twitter X somewhere. But this last time I think the when I first started out I was promoting their Proton Mail, which is pretty good for people who don't like the spamming and all this stuff. They're really good about the spammer stuff. But this one I'm promoting now is their Proton Pass, which is their password manager. So sorry about that. But so what Proton Pass is
My
a lot.
head.
It's part of the presentation thing. So it's either me or your face gets knocked out. But what happens is that Proton Pass is their password manager and it allows you to do a few things. Which one of is it allows you to use a alias email. So what an alias email thing is that Proton makes this sort of you go to a website or whatever and you want to use an email for because they make you use an email to sign up. You don't have to use your actual email address. You can use this alias email address they'll make up for you. You can use that, and of course they generate a password for you in it too because it is their Proton password manager. And what it will do is that this alias email can be used, but say this business or whatever is getting a little spammy or whatnot, you can just turn that off and you won't be receiving anything anymore from that company because they don't actually have your email address. So it's like they never knew who you were to begin with. But the other part is that allows you to use like it has integrated TF2. I almost said TFA. It's 2FA. The two gosh, I don't even know how to
Two-factor
say
authentication.
two-factor authentication. Thank you. I the tongue twister if I've ever had one. But that's integrated into it. Again, you can go to that link. You can check out all the other stuff they name for it. Again, yes, I can make money off it, but it's not about the money. It's about promoting a benefit because I use this on a daily basis. I'm grateful for it on a daily basis. Cause
Same. I also use Proton. It's
oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
which part of it do you use?
I mean, I use the VPN and I also use it for my primary email.
Yeah, yeah. So since you use it, why don't you give your story on it? Because I know there are some people I've had on who do and some people don't. But since you use it, why don't you give a little bit of your use on it? Like how do you use the VPN? You use the mail, but how is your experience with it?
My experience with it, well, with the VPN, I'm very satisfied with it because it's definitely one of those high-end VPNs where you don't lose any sort of connection whatsoever.
Mm,
so it's definitely very fast. So
Mm,
uh, it also has a lot of cool features with it. I believe it has like split tunneling too.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Split
yeah,
tunneling. There's a lot of things that I definitely do feel secure with something like Proton VPN. That's for certain.
yeah.
However, I also have. I'm actually more probably impressed with the email because what I do like with the email is that you can make like multiple addresses for the email.
Yep, yep, yep.
So it's like if I don't want to use like my say so for example, like say I want to apply to a job for work. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna apply with my Dingus-the-Strix at Proton like email detail. That'd be kind of weird, you know?
Yeah.
So obviously when it comes to like my business email from when I'm applying for like a job, I use like
Mm,
my actual real name for that.
yeah.
And it goes to the same place too. It's incredibly convenient.
Yeah.
I love that feature.
The I next month they'll start using this because they actually have a link for this now. But there is something that's called Proton Unlimited, and it includes all the suite of stuff: the VPN, the Proton Drive, the uh, Proton Pass, and a few other things, all in one space. It does. It's annually. You can pay annually or whatever, and of course, with me, you'll get a discount before my nap. Well, hello to
Oh
you
yeah.
too, Gina.
I also
Uh,
want to say real quick, I also do use the drive as well.
Proton Drive, yeah,
There are
that's
some files, yeah, because I also take my personal laptop to work.
yeah.
So I just to get like ease of access to those files that I want to like work with or whatever, I
Mhm.
send off on the drive and I send it to my laptop at work and I can just continue working on whatever I'm working on.
Oh yeah.
It's incredible.
So, and the funny thing is too is like if you're as at least from what I experienced, like with the Proton Unlimited, the plan the longer you're on it, the more you get actually like uh gigs with each time you are signed up with it. Like I think every year I've had it, I've gotten like 10 gigs
I
extra.
believe so.
Yeah.
Because
I've got
from what I can see, the space I have gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and they give you like 10 that's only if you stay with it though. Once you stop, you don't get that anymore, but the longer you stay with it, the more access of memory they give you to. And I'll start using that next month because this is just promoting the Proton Pass. But again, I use it. I use Proton in as many forms. I know people have their other ones and that's fine, but I wouldn't promote something I didn't use. It's sort of like Billy Mays, right? If you remember Billy Mays would do like the OxyClean and
I
all.
remember Billy
Eh,
Mays here. Yeah, I
Billy Mays,
remember him.
and he would at one point he would say, I won't promote a product I don't use myself, and that's exactly what I do with Proton. I use it, and again,
Yep.
yes, I could make money off this, but it's not about that. It's about promoting a benefit because I use it, I see the benefit, and they do have, and like Dingus said, there are a few things they do for free. Now the Proton Pass isn't free; that is a paid one, but I mean their VPN and uh, uh, their Proton Mail are free to use. And I'll just tell you this, it helps a lot with the spam stuff. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this channel called Scammer Payback. They're on Rumble as well, but just the amount of scammers out there for Microsoft stuff, for all this stuff, it is insane. It is insane, and it is just disastrous. Some of these people lose thousands upon thousands of dollars just because of some emergency thing or whatever. You'll get an email. Like I have AOL still. I have iCloud, and they get spammed up the hoo-ha of stuff. But with Proton Mail, I barely get spam at all. And if I do, they'll usually tell you if it's like phishing or if it'll send you directly to spam or something like that. They are just that good with it, and for people, elderly people or stuff like that, having something like that is forget Gmail. Gmail, you will find spam all day long in that. Having
Yeah.
Proton cuts down on that.
Proton also tells you if the sender is also kind of sus. Like
Yeah.
it'll tell you like, this seems to be from a person that isn't really like I forget the terminology is like certified in a certain way,
Yeah, yeah,
or it's
they're
from
d
an uncertified like source or whatever they're using. So you probably shouldn't click
yeah.
on this email.
Yeah, it's like, dominiated or something like that, like the website
Yeah, like an
dominion.
uncertified domain or
Yeah,
something.
Domanion. Yeah, the domain. That's the word. Because I've had to like I've ordered from like Domino's, and it when I ever get like, oh, it's coming sort of thing, or they give me the email for like the receipt, it will say that it didn't match up to domain stuff or whatever. Didn't because they do have high security, high privacy sort of thing. It's not 100% no thing on the internet is 100%, so you kind of have to take as is. But they do pretty well for it. So I'll keep doing the praises all day long on that, and I know a few people use it as well. But yeah, so next month I'll do the Proton Unlimited, and that will come with a discount of sort. But again, you don't want to, that's fine. You don't want to, that's fine. That's no skin off my back. But I'm promoting a benefit for you. Because I
Yep.
know the stuff out there, and of course, you already have another example with Dingus. Gaming chat is another, and so many others. At the end of the day, I the money is less important rather than the benefit of peace of mind sort of thing, right? Like you have peace of mind, I have peace of mind, and all that stuff. It's just
Exactly. The
visuals.
customer is what truly matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And
They're the most important like part of this equation.
oh yeah, and we can find how much many companies care about the customer at the end of the day.
Whew,
It's that's a long
yeah.
list. That's a long
Yeah,
list.
that's a whole topic that
Yeah.
as someone who's worked for like companies who definitely done some shady stuff or even if they haven't done anything necessarily shady, I've
Mm.
seen corporations ruin smaller companies that they bought out.
Oh yeah.
So I know how bad it can be and I can tell how bad it is based on what the customers say.
Mhm. Oh yeah, and we can get in that a bit. But the last thing I'm gonna do before that is for so and I'm extending this until Friday because of just of it being open-ended. Until Friday, I am running I am doing a feedback collection of what the question is like what one thing would make it easier for you making content on Rumble. I know a lot of people have issues here and there, but for me, collecting that feedback, compiling it, and giving you guys clear visuals that helps a lot better than relying on scattershot voices. And last week we saw a bunch of people get uppity on the content discovery and all that on Rumble. And again, I want to see Rumble be great. I want to see it improve, but it doesn't help when they seem like they're focused on the wrong thing and they're not communicating the things people are most concerned about, whatever. So this is my thing. You can go to that link, it's on X. It'll just ask you like what one thing would help better your creating content on Rumble. And me collecting that, it will be compiled. It will be discussed this Saturday at Rumble Squared at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll have other people on. And again, my whole point about this is collecting that feedback, compiling it, and putting in clear visuals for all of you to see. Because if you were to go to my X profile on Twitter X and look through my highlight tab, you're going to see a lot of those links and stuff leading to where all that data is and whatnot. And again, since March, the two big main points that Rumble has an issue with is platform stability and content discovery. And what is still an issue now? Content discovery, and I've still heard that platform stability for some is still an issue. So can back up what I say, while other people can't. So let me just
Okay, so Darren, I have a question for you.
yes, sir. What is your question?
Fess up. Do you work for Rumble?
No, I do not.
Do you work are you a Rumble employee? Tell the
I
people the truth.
I don't think they like me very much because I'm doing something that's a form of transparency and me posting it out there. I haven't really gotten much of a benefit from it from them. So at one point in the beginning, I did, but at a certain point, I haven't really gotten anything. So
Hmm.
I've been tried to been discredited though. Some people have tried to discredit me. So there is that. But no, I do not work for Rumble. But you know what? I do
What do
wish
you
they
think, Chet? What do you think? Do you think he's telling the truth,
put
or is
down the
he just
fire
still
on.
a Rumble employee in disguise?
Hey, look, you want the real truth? You can go to my highlight. You can go to the highlight tab on my Twitter X right now, and you could see all the data I've put forward. I have put, in essence, I have probably put more transparency of what I do with all this stuff forward than what people would think Rumble does. I'm just saying that because I can back up what I say.
You know
But
what? Fair enough. You know, I'll put the gun away.
there we go. Now I can breathe a little easier. Um, But, going back a little bit, Alaska Jeff, I'm inspired by your words about using words more carefully. I won't say all or little anymore, but will only use words according to the English dictionary. Yeah, I don't know. That looks like old English right there, and I think that's what he was saying. It's gone down the hill. Dingus doesn't stream on YouTube. No, I think he does. Don't you?
No,
I think
I don't stream on YouTube or Twitch anymore. I used to.
okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. See, there's that.
Yeah. When
Um,
I first streamed, like the first year of 2022, I used to stream on Twitch, both Twitch and YouTube.
mhm,
But I personally was not a fan of, like, there's nothing wrong with the community on Twitch or YouTube. I just want to specify that it's mostly just I don't like the people in charge of both respective companies and the rules
yeah,
they implement. It kind of hinders my content because the people who like me, I like to keep my streams to where people can always say what they how they really feel, what they want to
yeah,
say. They don't have to feel like they have to censor themselves.
mhm,
And when you're streaming on platforms like Twitch and YouTube, you
yeah,
kind of have to operate in a certain way. You know, you can't
yeah,
just say unsavory things that
yeah.
might get you demonetized or even deplatformed.
I'm not monetized, and I don't really. I just tell people no big gamer words, and you're fine. I don't care if you curse. And I've said
Right.
that
See,
before.
I'm the kind of person who allows for gamer words.
I know, but I've already had few people slip up those gamer words, so it's like, well, I can't prevent it now. But I've not. I've only had like one of my streams go 18 plus, and it was for something completely irrelevant to that. So I just don't care. I want to give people 98% of the field, and just say, here's this 2%. Respect it 2%. You can have 98%. We're good, right? And I think that's a lot. 98% is a lot for people to have, and that's how I put it. This is about the mines thing. Sledge says, I tried to help it, but the CEO just ignored us, cookies, crumbles, and all that. Yeah. And then Tim Pool used to bug
Yeah.
mines like crazy. Yep. Yep. I understand that. Mr. Albert to hat. Well, hold on there. Hold on there. We don't want to do that.
Whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa! Hey, whoa! Hold on, hold on. What does he mean by this? To a
I,
hat? Whoa,
I
whoa!
I think we'll need to be careful with that. Now this model is scary. It's not that scary. Come on now. No, he's actually FBI. No, it's just I start to sweat. Well, I ain't sweating.
Wait, you're FBI?
No, and I'm not FBI.
That's worse.
I'm
Oh
not
my
even
god!
FBI. No, I just
You
I
glow in the
just
dark.
no, I ain't sweating. It's like if people want to ask about how I do my stuff for all the feedback collection, I'll tell them. It's not a big deal, but it's like when you're someone I've only had a few people do it, but when you're someone who's trying to discredit me and you're being very uh uh what not what's the word? Not what's the word for not faithful? Unfaithful. That's right. When you're being unfaithful about the conversation part of it and you're trying to do it in different ways, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. Like you can ask me about all that stuff. That's fine. But I'm doing something that many people are. Like I mean, you use Rumble. I mean, I remember you made a post about Rumble Studio. And you're like, I don't know about this. It's not working for me. All that stuff. But
Yeah.
it's just I want to be the thing to show that like your voice is being heard and all this stuff because people need to see something. It's not just about hype anymore. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the hype because the hype misses people who actually bring concerns. I've heard it time and time again about the work harder, about the stay in your lane, about Rumble doesn't owe you anything. And I'm just like that's a load of bull crap. That's a big load of bullcrap, and yeah, it's art. Brittany says it's
I I
disingenuous.
I I agree with Alaska Man Jeff. Data collection, glasses, AI supporter. He's a fed. Yeah, he's not fooling me. This whole stream is a psyop. It's a psyop, chat. Don't believe a
Oh,
single word he says.
Alaska Man Jeff is like the child who didn't get read the storybooks at night. It's just a sad fate. Um, but yeah,
Though I just want to say real quick, the sunglasses aren't helping you with the fed accusation.
I don't, I don't, I don't give a rat's behind. So how about that? Um, oh come on, don't. Oh, I can't even. Did they do an update to Rumble Studio? Good lord, come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Gosh dang it. Oh, sorry. Something happened. Hiccup. But no, I just like I'm doing something that will help get people heard, and I don't want to turn people away if they have something of value too. Because again, I'm sure you have your issues using Rumble. I'm sure a lot of people in chat have their issues using Rumble. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Ooh, super great, Rumble's great, never has faults, whatever." No, I'm like, I want to be honest about the platform. I don't want to be this
Oh
this
yeah.
hype cheerleader where you see a lot of the time where it's like Rumble can do no wrong. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just saw last week. I just saw three different accounts on Twitter X say, the content discovery on Rumble is bullcrap. Um,
Yeah,
I
it's pretty
mean,
bad.
yeah, it's like you don't. I know you don't want to use YouTube, but it's like, how can I get seen if yeah, I can work as hard as possible, but the system doesn't help. Wait, is this platform supposed to be about the creator, or is it about not? That's the point.
True. I mean, another just to also clarify some things. Another reason why I don't like using YouTube is because of the copyright claims, and
Oh, that's yeah, that's understandable.
it's not even like DMCA stuff for like music, right? Because I don't really play any like mainstream music on like my stuff. It would be like music in games. I'm not even talking about like GTA. I'm talking about games that have its own original soundtrack,
Yeah,
like Near Automata. I got so many copyright claims for
jeez,
the music in Near Automata from
mm,
copyright trolls.
jeez,
And that was really annoying to deal with. So I'm
yeah.
just like, I'm done with this platform if they can't fix this issue. We have people who can legitimately pose as people from, the actual respective IP owners.
And I wonder if someone has uploaded shorts where it's all just them farting. Like they uploaded shorts of them farting. I wonder if someone's done that because that's the only thing you could probably get away with. It seems like with YouTube is it's just making
Probably,
short
yeah.
of farting noises.
There's some weird
Oh.
shorts out there. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, goodness sake, and, Levistra, hey, Levistro, Rumble has lost in queue. I don't know anything about that, I haven't seen anything of that being said, but that is interesting. Rumble's a corporal with mismanagement issues and failing stocks. I can understand the failing stocks sometimes can be out of the control, but mismanagement, I feel like, can be something that's there, and I think they kinda have mismanaged a bit. I don't like YouTube copyright claims, don't like kick bots either. That's true, I've heard about that
Oh
kick.
yeah. Oh, Kick's bots. Like, okay, every platform has a bot problem,
Mhm.
but Kick is objectively the worst. Like Kick's bot problem is insane. Like I've gotten like bots like every hour or even every half an hour for like streams when I used to stream on it. It's insane. I'm like, how do you not have a defense against this?
Yeah.
Like obviously when you're starting out and you're like kind of like a nobody, you're gonna get your fair share of bots.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But like with Kick, it's just nonstop. I've never been bombarded with bots before like I have with Kick. Twitch isn't that bad. YouTube isn't that bad. Rumble isn't that bad. Like it's really bad on Kick when it comes to bots.
Right, and well, and the funny thing is that Kick is just a copy of Twitch, to be honest.
It's 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 edgier green Twitch is what it is.
Edgier green Twitch, that's hilarious. Welcome
Am
welcome
I
to the
wrong?
well, I mean, they do well, technically, Twitch has done those hot tub streams, so, they got Amaranth on there,
Okay. Yeah, I
so
guess, but at least with Twitch though, see, Twitch is being hypocritical about it, or hypocritical, blah, blah, blah.
hi
They're
hi
being
hip
hypocrites about it because
hypocritical.
technically speaking, yeah, hypocrite. They're being hypocritical about it because technically those hot tub streams shouldn't be allowed according to your own TOS.
Well, and the thing too is, right, you wanna talk about the VTuber stuff, remember when they started cracking down on VTubers because of the dress stuff? Like, even
Yes, VTubers can't show like their hips or something, and I'm
yeah.
like, okay, but hot tub streams, so they're showing like essentially almost everything is fine. Like, what is the standard?
Well,
And
now
why is it specifically anime characters?
yeah. Well, do you remember that one day where they changed rules? It was, like, for, like, 24 hours, there was just VTubers going nude?
Oh yeah, that was the time where they made a rule they allowed like some semblance of nudity
Yeah.
for the streams. As long as you marked it like 18 plus or whatever, it'd be fine. But there were certain VTubers who definitely crossed the line
Mhm.
and they ruined it for everyone.
Oh, yeah, some of them went full score because of it, so, but then there were actual real life people doing it, and so that was probably the kicker right there when you had a bunch of people pretty much pushing it close, because I remember seeing those news pieces. Yeah, no, no, sorry. Um,
Yeah.
Alaska Man Jeff says Twitch bots last year would harass you and tell you to off yourself in terrible detail. It was awful, and I almost quit that platform. Almost. So you haven't quit it yet, but that does suck.
I
unfortunately.
mean, I'm a weirdo. I would rather a bot send me death threats than try to show me their art on Discord or something.
Yeah, all platforms are bad for different reasons. Yeah, and obviously, bots are going to be an issue for all platforms to some degree. YouTube is just able to hide it better because there's still bot issues there. They just hide it better. But you're going to
Yeah,
things
no,
like, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say no platform's perfect. That's all I was gonna say.
Yeah, well, and again, it kind of with all the bot stuff, it kind of goes to that thing of like the dead internet theory, right? Like sooner or later, you're gonna have less people um, using platforms. And that's where that whole advertiser thing. That's the whole thing with Twitch, right? The Twitch is doing that whole trying to get rid of bot situation, and you see a lot of big timers are starting to lose views. So you wonder if it was intentional or not for bots. But you go, I don't know. I just know that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just know a lot of platforms have different issues with bots, and it's not going to change.
Yeah, dead internet theory is probably more than likely true.
Yeah.
It's it's definitely obvious on sites like Twitter. If you ever look at
Oh yeah.
replies and you see people who have like the same copy pasted reply from like weird handles that are like random nonsense, it's like, okay, yeah, you're not human. You're
Oh,
actually a bot.
OnlyFans? I mean, the OnlyFans ones are ridiculous. So there's been OnlyFans one on there and all that stuff. LaVisser says I went berserk on one of my live streams because I was fed up with the bots on Kick that I stopped streaming there. Yeah, it's understandable. There are a
I
lot of
don't
people
blame
that
you.
a lot of
I
people
don't
have
blame you at all.
yeah, a lot of people have found success there. A lot of people have found that same thing with bots, so it's you're not alone. I'm a little VTuber got away with showing low hips, no pants on Twitch. Fun fact. Well, you are a dragon though, so I don't know if that plays into the effect. Kaiju says, if you want to be new, just go to the hubs or OF. Well, yes, OF or there's another one I've heard is called Fansly. Fansly is another one out there like OF. So a lot of people, a lot of women out there want to make money, and they'll find it. They will find it. Not all, I would say, not a lot of them show nudity, but I'm pretty sure there are women still playing it up enough to get there. Of
Yeah.
course, Jeff with the eye.
I
I know.
mean, with the loneliness epidemic, they kind of don't have to. As long as they're female and they're
They
kind
look
of present, people
they
will
look
pay money
cute.
for it.
If they look cute, you already got it. You already got it. Uh,
Yep.
Levis Jordy, yeah, I remember that. And the Twitter X is that's the funny thing too. Is like my account is that I have now is not the account that I had before. For some odd reason, Twitter X wouldn't give me the reason of why they just suspended my account, but my previous account got suspended. And I'm just like, can I get an answer or anything? Like, Twitter reserves the right, and I'm just like, there's no one actually
Yeah.
responding to this at this point.
I don't think there's. Is there even any platform that ever gives you like a proper response after they ban you?
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
you can look at YouTube, you'd probably get the same thing. You look at Twitch and all the things that some of the people have gotten suspended for or whatever.
And
Most
they'll never even tell you what you did either. They'll say you broke this rule, and it's just like, well, how did I do that?
well,
We
yeah,
reserve the right to kick you off this platform for any reason.
yeah. Every platform says that.
Yep.
Every platform says that. If a platform has an EULA and a TOS, good luck. Good luck. Burning Donut Twitter is a lost cause. Well, unfortunately, it's probably the most popular lost cause out there, and people go there. I
Yeah, I
want
won't even lie to you. If I could just not use Twitter, that'd be great. But because it's technically like one of the most popular platforms in the world for like advertising,
yeah,
I would not use it at all.
yeah.
I hate Twitter.
It's a self-hate because you kinda have to use it for what you're doing. If you don't,
It's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of situation.
amen to that. I wanna be new just because it's my 1A right, and I might feel the need to okay, pal. I've seen the future as a 40-year-old virgin singing Oscar Mayer Wiener. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the theme song to Oscar Mayer Wiener. I resent that remark. Who doesn't love a good Oscar Mayer Wiener? This is an outrage. This is an outrage. I want to be.
Also, hello Donut, how you doing?
Oh, I've had Burning Donut on before too. Hey, Donut. That's why multi-stream. Yeah, that's why multi-streaming is going to be the key future for a lot of content creators because we've already seen what happens when you're just on Twitch. We've already seen what happens when you're just on YouTube. They've already proven that being on one platform, if something goes wrong, they can just blip you out of the system and all your stuff is gone. Right? I don't just stream to YouTube and I don't just stream to Rumble because Rumble has proven itself not to be truly trustworthy either. A while back, my account actually was blipped for a little bit and I got no reason of why it was. It was just, oh, it's coming back. I emailed support and all this stuff, and I made my post on X. It's like, oh, it's coming back. Why did it get deleted though, or why was it blipped off the radar? And I was like, no answer. And I'm like, why should I trust a platform that can't give me an answer to why my account was deleted? You would think that would be something communicate. Hey, we saw it. We're sorry. Just something happened with the system and da 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 and all that stuff. And that would be that. But Rumble couldn't even communicate why my account got it blipped in the first place. Why should I
Yeah,
trust?
communication, or at least it seems like at the time, communication isn't their strong suit. I'm not sure how they are now. They
Oh,
seem to
it's
be
not
on
even.
Twitter a lot of the time, it seems, at least from what I've been seeing. I don't really. I follow Chris. I follow what's his name? Rickala, I think is his
Yeah,
name.
Rick, head of product. Yeah, on
Yeah,
Rumble.
and I also follow a couple of other like Rumble themed Twitter accounts. They're not necessarily affiliated with Rumble, but they
Mhm.
like to show information about Rumble.
Yeah.
So there are some things that I see on my feed to get some information.
I paraphrased Demolition Man there. Yeah, I can understand. Demolition Man is a pretty good movie though. I won't lie. I do enjoy watching Demolition Man once in a while. Um, there's that. I almost named my Growlithe Oscar Mayer. Okay, all right. You could have called. He would have been. He definitely would have been a hot dog.
Wow.
It was the A. It was not the A. Just keep doing that. I'm more likely to be banned on Rumble for Duke Nukem and Goonie, and I theorize Rumble might also shadow ban based on some of what we've seen. It's possible. It's possible, but again, this is all platforms, not just Rumble. Again, if a platform has a TOS, do not expect it to be about free speech either.
Fair enough.
Uh,
There are very few people in this world who truly believe in free speech, which is
Well,
unfortunate.
Well, and I think people understand too. Is like I had a lady on. She's a lawyer for her actual full time job, and she's like, free speech isn't really free speech in the United States either because you can go to it could be a city, it could be the state, it could be a certain section of, and it varies of like what the rules are on free speech in that point. So free speech, even in the U.S., is not free speech because you have these rules to it. And even then, people want to some degree people want absolute free speech, which is basically you can also um, you know, say you'll harm somebody or what's the other one? Defame somebody. Like that
Right. See,
it
like speech like that, it's kind of like if you're arguing to hurt people, it's just like you're kind of arguing against free speech at that point, you know?
Right. Well, and for me, it's when people say freedom of speech, I'm like, okay, so how do you see that? Because everyone sees different perspectives and all that stuff. And for me, when someone says freedom of speech, it means the ability to speak freely, what your thoughts or whatever, despite of the saying to cause harm, or you'll say to cause harm, but you won't cause harm, or saying defaming someone, or what's the other one? Libel, I think it is libel.
Libel is essentially the same thing as slander, but it's written.
Yeah, and my thing is that if those two things have been declared or whatever, that those aren't great, but there's still points of freedom of speech because what is freedom of speech? Is it a all for nothing, or is it a just a restrictive speech sort of thing? And that's where this whole thing with not even the online is not free speech. The online world is not free speech because platforms have a TOS. Any platform does. Uh, Platforms have an EULA. Then you got going into the UK and all their stuff, right? You got different countries that have their own rules. Many countries don't have freedom of speech. So basically, the you could have, say, maybe like the what is it, the not the black web, what is it, dark
The
web.
dark
That's
web?
right. You can have the dark web, which probably is free speech, but it's very complicated and all this other stuff. But you have stuff like the surface of what we use every day is not free speech because what is freedom of speech? Are we able to speak freely or not? Well, not really.
I mean, what we have right now isn't free speech, mostly because everything's super centralized. Everything is controlled by, governments and their regulations, and people have to adhere to that. Not to mention corporations and their personal beliefs, being thrown into the mix.
Right. Well, and I just want to throw this out there, right? Like, what is stopping an ISP from shutting you down for anything you say?
Nothing. Nothing.
So how can a platform say they're free speech? Any platform say they're free speech if an ISP and no one has a solution to that, right? Like you could say Elon, but Elon is just another person who has control of that. You do not have decentralized ISP. You do not have a decentralized way of getting onto the internet. So without that, freedom of speech is limited because you have no free internet. It's just not possible, or at least it's not shown to be possible. Someone's
I mean,
always
I
in
guess it
control.
depends on how you look at it.
Right,
Because
I
just
understand
because
that, yeah.
someone's in control doesn't mean there can't be free speech. It depends on the person. It really just depends on, like, I guess, the ideals or
Right,
principles of the person who's in charge. Because there
right,
are some people who do believe in true free speech who
right,
let you have it if they're in charge, but they have to be in charge.
right, exactly. So you're basically relying on someone to be in charge for that free speech, where if you have the other end, where, say, we talk about, like, the crypto or decentralization or whatever, there's no one in charge. No one can tell you no on the freedom of speech aspect. So you have 2 different areas where it's either someone is in charge for you to have that freedom of speech, or there's no one in charge and you can have that freedom of speech anyway. You see how it's there's a dichotomy to this? It's
Yeah,
very I know people don't think about it, but, like, again, if an ISP, Comcast, Frontier, any one of those, if any of them can shut you down for any reason whatsoever they put up, even a false one, like, "Oh, their box is destroyed," or whatever, then you really don't have free speech on the internet.
yeah,
It
that's one way to look at it.
it's just not there. Even then, whether it be ISP, whether it be a company, it's just not there, at least from that perspective. I don't know
Right.
whether.
I mean, when it comes to free speech, I generally just follow, the First Amendment personally, because I
Right.
think the First Amendment, when it comes to free speech, is good enough. Though I do think there needs to be some more clarifications, such as when the government low key uses a corporation to censor speech,
Yeah. No, it's
which they
again,
have done. They have
yeah.
done. Twitter is a perfect example of this. Like pre
Facebook.
Elon Twitter, they've
Mhm.
done that.
Facebook. Facebook too is another
Facebook
example of that.
too,
Yeah.
any mainstream platform, they've done this, and you have the cucks who will then say, well, since the government didn't do it, your free speech wasn't impeded upon because it's a private company. It's just like the government got involved. They essentially either strong armed or they bribed the private corporation to do their dirty work for them. They impeded the First Amendment.
Right. Uh, I'll ask you, man, Jeff. What if I hack into my neighbor's internet to stream Netflix? Wouldn't that be free internet? No. No, because the first actual verb you used was hack. You used the verb hack into your neighbor's internet. So no, it's not free internet. That's actually it's free to you, but it's not free to your neighbor. And soon
It's
eventually,
stolen internet.
yeah, that's stolen internet. The best freedom of speech is in is the Constitution. If it's not encroaching, oh goodness, or forcing rights, is free speech. So defamation and lies, calls for violence, and obscene thing PDF isn't free speech. Right, but it's not absolute free speech in the essence of. Well, I don't want to touch on that PDF stuff, but
Right.
like
It's
with
not
all the
it's not like no civilization, no rules at all free speech.
right, yeah, the Wild
Which I
West.
don't think nobody really wants anarchy except for certain individuals, but sane people don't want anarchy.
Yeah, well, I do know an anarchist, but that's another story for another time. But so many
Okay then.
but so yeah, but so many sites advertise themselves as free speech. Yes, until the ISP shuts you down and can't access it.
Right, and then what's going to happen is they're going to be alternative ISPs. who
Right.
you then have to trust them, and they'll have to say, "Well, we won't shut you down for your speech."
How can I if one can do it, how can I trust another? Like this is not
Exactly. That's the
is it
thing. It's all about trusting. That's all you can really do at the end of the day.
yeah,
Either you trust the ISP or you become an ISP yourself.
and that's a difficulty in
That
its own right.
Yeah, exactly. That's the catch-22 there, isn't it?
Yeah, because how can you be one if because the system for ISPs and all this stuff, the technological scale to do that, man, I don't even know. All right, I think I'm smart enough, but I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I know some smart people though, so I'll try and ask them. But yeah, Levistra says this is why I'm hard and Rumble, then get black. Well, you know what? They then I guess they don't want to hear truth.
Yeah.
Truth
I
power,
mean,
whatever.
there are certain things that Rumble does that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
and
agree with Rumble censoring the chat.
no, again, that's part of the excuse has been the app stuff, but then again, I've seen the CEO say, "Well, why don't we just have the web and app be separate?" But then again, you still have that part running through the app, so there's still that. But I mean, you have stuff like
And also, most people probably aren't going to be able to find the app if it's not on the stores.
yeah,
Some people don't do their due diligence to actually research this stuff
yeah,
and actually go out and find it themselves.
yeah. Well,
They
and
want everywhere to be in one place.
yeah, and again, you have mobile, you have TV becoming more prominent. Not well, mobile's becoming more prominent, but it's like if you're not in the mobile app store, you're much of nothing. And while I mean, I guess you could have like a connection to like the mobile browser and stuff like that. People are more mobile, and if you don't have an app, usually you're not you know, whatever. What if they're not using Proton Pass wouldn't be fair game? Look, you can throw up these hypotheticals, Alaska Man Jeff, but you're really not gonna get far. You're not gonna get far with me on that one. And if the site allows it, the payment process will stop. Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It keeps getting worse. There's just too many middlemen who are in the mix here, who
yeah,
have their own principles and rules about how they think it should be, who
yeah.
will put a stop to you essentially just trying to browse the internet.
Don't like free speech filter. You can filter. Well, yeah. I mean, again, there's no way of allowing one to curate what they want to see on Rumble.
Yeah, but the thing is, with that one, Levistro, you'll have people who will complain that there are other people who are experiencing the thing that you don't want to see. Like, some people just can't be content that, oh, okay, I don't get to see it. Okay, I'm cool. No, they'll be like, I don't want anyone to see this.
You're all idiots.
No
You're
one
all.
should see this. Yeah,
No,
some
absolute free
people are just trolling, bro.
my absolute free speech isn't free speech because it encroaches on others' rights. So if you lie and get sued, it's because you ruined someone's right to expression. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, too. It's like, should you have the freedom to harm people in any capacity that's not justified? Like, you're not necessarily retaliating for anything they've done to you. You just want to hurt them for whatever reason.
To
It's
be
like, I
honest,
don't think that's true freedom
well, to be honest, you
or
do.
legal freedom.
Well, to be honest, you already have that anyway. I mean, once a person is dead, once you've killed somebody, I mean, there's no bringing them back. So you've already completed that. So technically, there
Right.
is, but there isn't. It's sort of
Yeah, I
a
mean, you can
paradox.
do that, but society will have to, agree or disagree whether or not to punish you for it.
No, it's true, but sometimes they don't do a very good job of it, unfortunately. Uh, I just,
True.
I just want to stream a game and not worry if devs showed a titty. Is that too much to ask? Look, in life, we all want to be shown it a little bit, but sometimes we don't get what we want. Anyway,
Yeah.
my Proton password on Proton is Proton password. Wow, that right there, he's already done.
Thanks. Gonna
Now,
log into your shit right now.
okay, Dingus, I see Dingus right now. Oh my gosh, look at all those passwords. Wow, Lavistro, that it is sad right there. But anyway, it is getting to the top of the hour again. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do promoter stuff, and then we're going to kind of do a few more things, and then we're gonna end it for the night because I do have to get ready for tomorrow, and I do have to go to work in the morning. So I am you all understand exactly birthing.
Birthing, birthing,
Wow.
sir.
I think he just trampled on your.
Sir.
I think he just trampled on your free speech right there, because he called you a bird thing.
He called me a bird thing.
That
How
is hurtful and
dare.
harmful. That is hurtful and harmful. Uh, I've encountered a few on Rumble who don't want. Yeah, exactly. But without the ability to curate what you want to see, yeah, Rumble doesn't help itself. It more or less shoots itself in the foot than helps itself. Yeah, yeah, Kaiju, I hear ya. But anyway, we're going to where is it at?
Bird
Bird,
thing.
bird thing. No, he should have done Birdman. That'll work better. Birdman. Uh,
Birdman.
let's see, where is it at? Nope. Nope, that's not for me. I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. All right, Mr. Dingus, the floor is yours, good sir.
Oh, I thought I already shilled. I already did my shilling.
I
I do it
no,
again.
I do it every hour because I know some content creators they do like sporadically throughout or at the beginning or at the end. I can't do it every
Oh,
hour because you kind of have to remind people after a certain point. So it is there. If you don't want to, that's
true.
fine. I'm just giving you
I,
the
I I
opportunity
should.
to.
I honestly should. No, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. My name
Okay.
is DingusTheStrix. You should follow me on all platforms. There's my link tree. I stream pretty much like 5 days a week.
Hmm.
I stream RPGs every Friday and Saturday. I stream with the boys on Sunday. And I usually stream an indie game or a retro game on Mondays and Thursdays. And sometimes I'll stream a game on Wednesdays. I don't stream on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And I support indies who provide quality. I want to be an indie dev myself at some point and also bring that quality to you guys as well because I want to be the change I want to see, you know.
There you
I want to
go.
actually make a fun video game.
There you go. See, look at that. He's taking matters into his own hands and using the tools that are out there and making a great game. Well, are you working on a game now, or is it you just kind of work in progress?
It's a work in progress because there's I mean the first game that I'm going to be working on is the tentative title is called Sweet and Sour. And it's going to be a beat 'em up momentum based platformer.
Hmm.
And I'm working with Morphbox as well as the rest of the boys in Sweet Release.
Nice.
And we're making plans. We're trying to develop skills. It's just that you know how things are nowadays. Things keep getting in the way. So
That happens.
we have to work around these things that keep getting in the way, so that we can actually start making more progress with our projects.
That's
So it's
understandable.
gonna take a bit. It's gonna
Yeah,
take a bit, but I do think we can do it.
I believe it. I believe it. But yeah, yeah, I wish you luck on that. But yeah, his link tree is right there on both Rumble and YouTube. So you can go to either of those places and find his stuff and then, check him out. And if he's worth the follow, why not? Right? Why not? I've actually stopped by more Fox's stuff during my Pay It Forward stream. So I know a bit about him, but not about the others. So there's that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, to be fair, I mean, both Daimao and Jinfinitus are getting back into stream. Well, Jin is getting back into streaming. Daimao is now consistently streaming now, but he did start kind of late.
that's
Peter
fine.
Claymore hasn't started yet,
Uh huh.
mostly because I don't think Morphbox is done finishing up his model.
Mm.
So he has to finish his model, and then once that's done, Peter will begin streaming. I think hopefully in the next month or two. I believe that's when he wanted to have his debut.
Oh, nice. And he'll be there poking him, prodding him. It's like, ooh, look at you.
Oh,
um,
absolutely. I will always go into my friends' chats and make fun of them because it's funny.
Listen, I had a hard day. You're my entertainment, so entertain me.
Exactly.
But anyway, again, his link tree is on both ends. So if you want to find out where he's at, there you go. And again, thank you for that, Dingus. And of course, from my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only helps in being seen more on either Rumble or YouTube, but also helps in having other people on like Dingus, like Alaska Man Jeff, like Kaiju, like Bernie Donut, like so many people. At the end of the day, I've had over 260 people on DaraChat, and it's only gonna get more from there. So thank you all for being a part of it, and thank you all for your help. So again, any help with the engagement factor is much appreciated. And of course, as you see at the top, that is my link up there. You'll find my Twitter X, you'll find my email, you'll find a link to Discord, mostly just for GMing. Again, also my YouTube and Rumble there as well if you want to find out where else I'm at and where. Okay, almost there. Where was I at? Nope, not that. Not that.
Levistro said, "Someone tell him us game designers have no life, AAA or indie." True. That's why I keep saying life keeps getting in the way of the game deving
You
process.
could actually make a song out about that. Be honest. Um, but also, I am part of Proton's partner program. I'm promoting the Proton Pass, but next month I'll be doing the unlimited Proton because it includes all of the different stuff like Proton Drive, Proton, and of course, Dingus gave his example earlier of him using it. But again, you can go to that link. You can see you get a discount for it if you do. I can make some money off it, but it's not about making money. It's about promoting a benefit, and I use it on a daily. And if it's not for you, that's fine. Go ahead. Just give it. All I ask is to give it a look, and if it's worth it for you, great. If it's not, that's okay too. No skin off my back. That's all I say.
Yep,
And of
thank you for reading this out because I can't see it because it's covering my face. I can't see anything right now, so I'm
I
blind.
no, you're not blind. You just covered. Um, but also as a reminder that again, until Friday, I am running an open question on for feedback collection. Again, what one what one thing could Rumble do that would help better or make easier for your
The
content
Fed
creation?
wants all your info, chat.
I do not
He wants
either.
all your info.
Nope. But it's on
He
Twitter
wants to know
X.
your street address, your state, your social security number, credit card number, everything.
That's what the owl says. But he's gonna ask you how many licks it takes to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop, but it's not a Tootsie Pop. Um,
Wait, hold on.
gotcha, gotcha. Um,
Whoa! Hey,
but
whoa!
again, this again every I want to make this very clear. Every bit counts. Again, I've been transparent on what I've done. I put it out there on Twitter X to be seen by many. And again, you're not alone in the issues you have on Rumble. Again, we all want to see Rumble get better. We all want to see Rumble get seed, but we're not about the hype. I'd rather be honest than live up to the hype of people saying, "Oh, there's oh, it can't do wrong," or "Yeah, they've gotten to it," or whatever. It's like there's still things Rumble needs to get to, and the major pain points that people have, it doesn't seem like they're getting to it, and if they are, they're not communicating it. So that's another thing, especially with the new requirement that happened at the earlier of this month. No one at Rumble communicated the new requirement about the 5 ad read, and yet people just go along with and accept it. And that's an issue I have with that. So, again, any feedback is helpful. You can post it there. It'll be compiled with the Rumble Squared stuff and it will be posted a few days after the Rumble Squared. So, there is that. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate that. Let's see what some of the chat has said. I missed some. Oh, that's right. Yes, you can show a tit on stream, the bird's songbird that is. You can also show a booby, the seabird that is. Censor that. Yeah, I know, Alaska. Good
Speaking of
job.
which, I do have a question about that.
What?
So, what exactly is? Because I remember reading it once, but wasn't quite sure if I understood it in regards to like the TOS when it comes to nudity.
Yeah.
Like from what I understand, like if you say for example you played like an M-rated game, and let's say
Mhm,
there's a character who showed like a woman showed her breasts, her bare
mhm,
breasts for like a couple of seconds.
mhm,
It probably wasn't say let's say it wasn't meant to be sexual in that nature. Would that
mhm.
is that cause for getting account nuked or what?
I did have someone on who did play the, Carnal Instinct game that you can buy on Steam. So, if people don't know that, it's R18, so you've been warned. But he did say he played it, and I don't think he got in any trouble, but my issue is that they don't even use their policy violation thing where they get, like, I think you get, like, 5 strikes or whatever, and then that's it, but I've never seen them use it for anyone. So it's possible you could, but again, there's really no clarity on that. And
Right.
yeah, that's the issue. Uh Levister says, recommend my stream to those guys. I'll even say, ooh, I'm a scaly for crap and giggles. Hey, you know
Oh my
what?
god.
I'll leave that to Dingus. Poor guy. Someone tell him game designers. Oh, that's the one you were talking about. I used to tell Hypnotic to dance and bang cymbals, monkey. Later, he modded me. Well, there you go. I guess he likes you. Um, where is it? 5 seconds after I do Proton, Corporal's going to Corporal. Oh goodness. Um, what can Rumble do? Change the TOS to reflect 1A. Also remove Rumble ads. Also better management. They can do a lot of things, but they don't hit on the major pain points that people have issue with.
Right.
And
I mean, I agree with Levistra saying definitely have your TOS reflect the First Amendment.
yeah, but
That would solve a lot of problems, in my opinion.
yeah. Also keep not required. Well, the required ID is the pickaxe one, which I know you've been very adamant against. So there's that. Burning donut. I've pushed the limits recently, and I haven't gotten banned for some recently. So I guess burning donut is a good example because he does do 18 plus streams. I've seen at least, but not watched. Um,
Yeah, I've seen
uh,
a couple of those.
Lavistro says content offensive to the online community. On thing to say for Rumble. Yeah, because that's a vague.
What does that mean?
It's
What
vague.
does that mean?
Yeah, it's vague.
I know it's vague.
And once you put vague rules up, because it allows a company to it's like with Twitch, right? It's gonna be they'll put up vague rules for them to uh what's the word? Not I guess dial out if you are against or not or
They
something like
can
that.
pick and choose
Yeah,
who they want to get rid of,
yeah,
not based on any real like principle or value that they actually hold.
yeah. But Rumble's no different in that regard. I usually label my streams though. Yeah, 18 plus, 18 plus. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen you labeling them. Nick Fuentes got banned for TOS violations, so it is. Well, I mean, if you've looked at the live stream person or whatever on Twitter X, it does show that usually Nick Fuentes is in the high 10 for live streaming on Rumble. So he's still streaming on Rumble, so there's that. But I have heard he's not getting anything from rants or whatnot. So again, limited information on that, but I do know that he's a lot of different things. But again, a canary in the coal mine will tell you a lot about the coal mine. So there's that. But anyway, again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will have on once again Libby G or Libertarian Goth, lovely lady. She's very into the goth sort of thing, so she'll be very gothy looking. But I've had her on a few times.
Libertarian Goth. That's a
Yeah,
very interesting name.
well, she's
I'll have to
libertarian, so
check
that
her out.
yeah, she's libertarian. So, well, if you when I make my outro posts for you, you'll see the at in that post for her. You can always just click on that. Um, but she'll be on tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, so hopefully you'll be able to join from that. And of course, the last thing I do with my guest before we go, something I call
Homo.
questions
Uh
from a
oh.
hat.
Uh oh.
So
What are
I
you
bought
doing?
So
What are
I
you
bought
doing?
it. No, no, no.
Oh,
I
okay.
bought a
Just a
hat.
hat.
I bought a hat from Rumble, and I've put some questions inside. So what happens is that my guest, you, get 2 freebie questions. Now, obviously, I'm on YouTube as well, but I'm not monetized. So sorry, YouTube. It is what it is. But if you're on Rumble, I am monetized. If you want more than the 2 questions that are offered, you can give a Rumble rant for. It can be any amount, 1, 2. I've had those spam before. Never the $500 though one. So maybe one day I'll get there. Um, but regardless, you will have to pay for Rumble Rant to have more than the 2. So let's start with the first one. Uh, they banned him a while back. Oh, okay, well I didn't know that. She's a socialist who believes you don't own anything you stop using. I I don't know what you call a libertarian, but that's what she calls herself. So maybe you can come on and challenge her on that.
I
But
mean,
anyway,
to be fair, there's many libertarians nowadays. There's some people who call themselves libertarian socialists, and it's just like I don't think you know what either of those words mean.
well, very much in line with the Rands, like Paul Rand and all that stuff. Thomas Massey. I just don't care about politics at all, so that means nothing to
That's
me.
fair.
So, but that's her. But she'll be on tomorrow. You can ask your questions then. But there's the first question right here. First question, and let's see what it says. Oh my! First question
It's gonna be
is
my
if
social security number.
no, it is not. If you could have a dinner with any historical figure, who would it be with and why?
Oh man, any historical figure? It'll definitely have to be with any of the founding fathers of America. And if I had to pick one, I would like to have a chat with Thomas Jefferson
Did you?
because.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, you want to say?
No, I was just saying. Their White House had a while back had given out these videos of like people who signed the Declaration of Independence. Did you ever see that one?
No, I haven't.
I'll try and find the link for it, but it was just like a whole line of people who signed the Declaration of Independence, and some of them were Scottish, some of them were English, but yeah, it was just I think it's AI, but they sort of bring the art thing to life. I'll link it to you later. But anyway, so what would you just do? Any of the founding fathers or one of them?
I mean, honestly, I like to have a conversation on all of them. But if I had to choose one, probably Thomas Jefferson, because it seems like Jefferson's what's the word I want to say? I don't want to say ideology, but I
Hmm.
want to say like his personal philosophy seems to be like one of the foundations as to how America is kind of supposed to be. Where it's a nation where it's in a way the people are the ones who are in charge. The people have more of a self-governing aspect of life versus having the government do everything. And this heavily contrasts with other founding fathers like Alexander Hamilton, who thought that America needed a king like the other European countries.
Yeah, monarchy's a dead sort of thing to begin with anyway. It really
Yeah,
it
right. But I do think that Jefferson's like view on things definitely had probably one of the biggest impacts in terms of what America is supposed to be.
mhm.
So I would like to talk to him in particular about how it is because I want to really understand what America is supposed to be from the perspective of the founding father, you know?
Well, that and he drafted the Declaration of Independence, so, I mean,
Exactly.
you got that right there.
Like
Well,
he
it's
had a huge hand in everything. So it's just like I really want to talk with him.
yeah, so, yeah, I think that's pretty much, uh, focusing finally got to well, we're kind of at the end of it, Zolo. So, you're enjoying the last vestige of the end of the show. But thank you for being here, I appreciate it.
Hello,
Alright.
Zolo. Make sure you keep doing your training.
Alright,
Boofy needs you.
question oh, no, yep. Oh, no is right. Oh, no. At least I don't sing like the song that never ends by Lamb Chop. That would have been a different story. But anyway, question number 2, and unless someone gives a rumble rant, that will be it. Let me look into my hat of wonder. Uh, Jefferson was a student of John Locke, the founder of classic liberalism. Most founders respected him. Jefferson was studying him. Both Dahl and Kahn were drawn from Locke. Oh, okay.
Makes a lot of sense. I do have a book that talks about the philosophy of Locke. I haven't read it yet, but I
Mhm,
do want to get around to doing that because it does seem like I probably would gravitate towards what classical liberalism is supposed to be, or
mhm.
like Enlightenment era type of thinking with in regards to freedom and sovereignty.
Yeah, yep. Alright, question number 2. Oh, this one looks to be difficult. I don't know if you'll be able to answer this.
Oh boy,
The question is, what is the greatest risk you have ever taken?
the greatest risk I've ever taken.
Yes.
The greatest risk I've ever taken.
Yes.
I mean, there's lots of risks that I've done,
What's
but
one
in
that's
terms of greatest,
what's one that stands out to you for a risk that you've taken?
hmm, I guess I don't know if this is necessarily the greatest risks, but one of the great risks that I often do
Mhm.
to try and make sure that I always maintain my status as a streamer for the benefit of a ambition that I have
Right.
is I always try to make sure that I actually have my job revolve around me streaming and not the other way around. Now, obviously, if I get a new job and the schedule demands I have to change it, then
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. But I always try to make sure that I'm always available at this time of the day so that I
Yeah.
can stream and eventually build up an audience. So that way, when me and the boys start, getting serious with with game design and game development,
Yeah.
we can actually show people what we've made.
Yeah.
And
I like
we're
that.
gonna start doing more risks in the future, actually,
Nice.
where we're actually going to buckle down after we save enough money. We're going to buckle down, get our product out there,
Mhm.
actually start up a company,
Ooh.
and start making the things you want to make. Because fun fact, me and Morph, it was actually Morph's idea, to be fair.
Mm.
He's very ambitious and he wants to make a multimedia company
Oh,
where we're making video games, comic books, animation, whatever kind of creative work of art, we're gonna make it.
nice.
And our first venture right now is we're starting out as VTubers.
Oh,
You
there you
know,
go.
getting to know people, understanding what they want from like entertainment nowadays, because entertainment's just been
Bumpy.
declining in quality for the
Mm,
past like decade or so.
mm,
So we want to be the solution that actually gives the people what they want.
yeah.
So we're out here streaming, making connections, doing things for the fans, so
Mm,
that way we can eventually gather up the skills to make something great
mm.
and
Well,
hopefully impact the culture in some type of way.
yeah. Well, you're already on your way. There you go. See, you're already off the wild blue yonder in that regard. And Levister says, "I'm trying to drive here, but you should read him, Birdman, who I can't see right now."
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm trying to drive, but read this person. Like, okay, all right, calm on down there. Goodness. Make sure you get home safely first, Levistro. Goodness sake. Uh,
Exactly. Survive.
May your hard work pay off. There you go. Alaskaman Jeff is doing like he's trying to create family friendly works as well. So he's a
Nice.
website. He has a website called Castor, Castor craft.net, and he's doing like family friendly stuff and all that. So
Oh yeah.
animations, hand drawn
Speaking of
stuff.
websites,
Yeah.
oh sorry.
Oh, good.
Oh, I was going to say, speaking of websites, me and Morph are researching, and we're going to invest in trying to get our website up and running before the end of the year. Hopefully,
Nice.
if not before the end of the year, then probably at the start of next.
There you go. It's
So yeah,
a
look
it's
forward to that.
yeah. It's certainly not a cheap ordeal for a website, but once you get it,
No, it costs a lot of money.
oh
Uh, oh man,
oh yeah. Don't
that's
use
fine. I saved up. We've saved up. We're good. Don't
he's
use
saying
Wix. Oh, don't trust me. Don't trust me. I know. I know. I've used Wix for like a college project thing or
yeah.
whatever. Wix is not great.
Oh goodness, but people pay for it, so there's that.
Yep.
But anyway, again tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern with Libertarian Goth or Libby G as they call her. Looking forward to that again with her, and of course, again, both of our links are down below in the description on both Rumble and YouTube. And yeah, and again, thank you, chat, for being here. Whoever's come through and stayed or gone or whatever, and thank you again, Dingus, for coming on. It's been awesome.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're and like I tell all my guests, you're always welcome to come back. Like it's a if the more people I have on, the harder it gets to bring people back. But I always bring people back because there's always more to talk about, especially if you have an owl bear man pig sort of thing going on.
Owl
Really,
bear man pig. Hold
uh,
on, sir. I am no pig. I am no pig,
no,
and
but
I'm a
you're a
man, but I'm not a
no,
human.
but you're a hoot. Hey, that's a howl
I
of a good
am a
time. Oh
hooting and
goodness.
hollering. That's what I do every stream.
Be the first one tomorrow in chat. I wrote down the time. Oh, thank you. I look forward to it, Zolo. I look for it. Hoot man. There you go. Hoot man. Ha
Hoot
ha.
man. That
Rider
sounds
of
like a.
the
Oh,
Batman.
sorry.
Ha ha. No, it just reminds me of that.
I was gonna say Hootman sounds like a name of a Mega Man boss.
he
Hootman.
he was he was such a bad boss. He was a hoot.
Yeah.
Alright, see you later, as last one, Jeff. I'm gonna burn the AI now. Well, as long as you don't burn your computer first, because you might want to
Oh
start
yeah,
that.
AI.
Um,
AI is its own can of worms. That
yeah.
I have talked too many times about AI and like what could happen in the future and things that people don't think about in regards to AI, but that's gonna take another 2 hours. So let's not.
I need to get setting up uh
Yeah.
for other stuff. So, but anyway, again, thank you all for being here. And of course, I end the show with One Day with You by Pogo. Again, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern with Libby G. Hope to see y'all then. And don't forget to mute yourself as well. like last time. So, but anyway, guys, One Day with You by Pogo. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern sharp.
Tally hoot, everybody!
Yeehaw! Bye, guys.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. All right, let me try again. Uh, wow, it's not
Is
even
everything
playing.
okay?
Yeah, it's not even playing. Wow. All right. Okay. So that one plays, but this one's not playing. Okay. Well then we'll pick another video to just play out on. You know what? I'll do this one because it's a long outro, but if you've ever been a fan of Fiddler on the Roof, here you go. Have a great night, everyone.
Yep.